Let's do it, baby.
I'm winning awards, bitch. Oh yeah. Watch that booty go.
What's up, Grinders? It's Monday night. The Grindhouse is open. The doors have been kicked down. Grinders have been knocking at the windows, banging at my door. I let them in. You like my Buddhist song? Some people like hearing that booty at the club. What's up, everybody? It's Jed7780. What grinds my gears? With another gaming Grindhouse. Testing with the audio. Let me tell you something. First things first. Bootleg audio is gone. All right? Bootleg audio is gone. I am using a new setup here. So hopefully you guys can hear it. It sounds good. I got everything coming in. Loopback software coming in here. I even have it where the grinds board could be heard. The soundboard could be heard by the guests. We'll see how it goes. I'm waiting for Frogs. Frogs, where are you? Frogs, where are you? Come out of Elden Ring and come to the Grindhouse. Shout out to Frogs, calling him up. He's chomping at the bit to get in the Grindhouse tonight. But first, we got some topics for you tonight. And guess what else I got? Oh, no, it's not a Long Island iced tea. It's not no Long Island iced tea. This is some goddamn moonshine. Woo! You bet. I told you the walls are going to come down tonight. I hope I have a voice at the end of this show. So if I'm too loud, just tone down the volume because that's a you problem. But the moonshine, halfway through my moonshine, it's crazy. But first things first, we got to shout out SW audio capture not registered. Is that showing up? Is that the bootleg audio still coming through? I thought I got rid of it. Is it still here? Bootleg audio, it better not be because I got rid of it. Steven, are you messing or is it still going on? Because I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. I don't have time for this, and I don't have time for you. Okay, let's make sure it's working. All right, don't tell me if the bootleg audio comes back because it should be gone. But first, I got to go to the balcony. Grinders up in the balcony. The VIP grinders, they're in the club, chilling out up there at the club. I want to thank the VIP grinders for being members of the channel and partying in here with Herman Holst, doing splits, talking about quality games. And we leave Phil and Booster outside. But I want to thank the VIP grinders up in the balcony, looking down, partying in here with Herman Holtz. It was on my last video. Thank you, J-Cat. Yes, I know. After I recorded it for a half hour, I heard bootleg audio came back. So, yes, I want to thank the VIP grinders. You'll have access to all the gloriousness of the new emojis. I've seen you've been using it. Hey, what's up, Tennis? Oh, thank you. Yes, the photos. I will be showing my photos because, you know what? I like to toot my own horn because I love those photos I've taken. Thank you, Tennis. Welcome to the Grindhouse. Journalists, reviewers, Yinko Zero. It's everybody. It's some crazy stuff. What's up, JK Gamer? How you doing? I don't know. I don't know where to begin. All I know is there's some craziness going on. So we're going to talk about it. And Frogs, wherever you are, get out of the friggin' Elden Ring. Get over here. You want to talk about it because you're my Elden Ring expert. I don't play these Souls games. Yes, there it is, James Williams. Flexing the new... Where the hell are my things? Where's the chat? Hold on. Am I fixing my thing here? Here it is. The Donuts, Herman Holtz, Turbo Man, Booster, Bootleg Joel, The Gaming Grindhouse, Phil Ness looking like somebody sat on his face, and Phil Ness with the Phil Ness money. Those are just some of the emojis that you could use, the VIP grinders, and you'll be seeing them in the chat if you're new here. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Join the Grindhouse. It's a wild time. And I want to thank everybody for all the videos from last week. Thank you for watching those videos, and it was fun doing them. And hopefully, if you have not already, go watch the Box Father video that I did on Friday live. Hopefully that came through. I heard some people thought it was funny. I thought it was funny when I thought about it. So it was good. Yes, thank you, James Williams. There it is. And hit that like button. Thank you, Sergeant. So, without further ado, shout out to the VIP grinders. If you want to be a VIP grinder, hit that join button, and you get to use the emojis. More to come. Herman Holt swooping in on the yacht. He pulled over the yacht. He goes, "What's going on here?" He's about quality games. And then he said about the quality Twisted Metal movie. A box office smash hit movie. It's quality. We'll see with Herman Holtz. It's quality games. And booty clapping in the streets. But you know what? We're going to go right to the grinds board. We got things to talk about. I'll talk about them, and Frogs will jump on when he comes on with this. And here we go. Nick, hey Frogs. Nick says, put down that PS4 Pro version of Elden Ring and get your ass in here. I'm gonna tweet him again. Frog, where are you? He was telling me all day. He's like, we're doing a show, right? Because I'm ready. Frog, they want you. They want to hear. Frog's gonna go off on a rant, so I better get my stuff in before Frog gets on. Because Frog's gonna get on here and he's gonna go crazy. Because he's been telling me all weekend about this game. Get in here. Is he coming? Did he text me? Frog, get in here. He's gonna go wild. So, let's just start off light. Let's start off light until the Frogs gets in here. But we got a lucky number 7 of topics tonight, and we'll see where it goes if it gets derailed or what the hell? What's my thing? There we go. There we go. Tennis. I know March can be. They got a lot of stuff to show. So, the first thing is this whole rumor about PSVR 2. I did a video about it last week on Wednesday about the design. They just showed the headset, and it looks really sharp. Awesome inside-out tracking. Really cool with the using less plastic to help with the headphones over the head, and also has venting so you don't get the foggy glasses when you're in it. Which is a problem too if you're using games that you have to exert yourself a lot, like Beat Saber and things like that. So it really is looking good. So my speculation is, before we get into the rumor, because you know what, the media and all their hokey pokey, I'm going to tell you this. I think they're poised to launch this VR for the holiday. Just like they did with PSVR 1, I think PSVR 2 is going to be slated for the fall. That's my speculation. I think it's going to come out near Thanksgiving, and God of War will come out a month or so before that, probably in September. People are saying May and June, maybe June, July. I think God of War is like an August, September game. That's me. What's up, Tools? How you doing? This is me. I think that God of War is more of an August, September game, probably September game, and I think the VR is going to be poised for the holiday. I think that's where they're going to look, because Sony's not going to drop God of War in November. They don't do that kind of stuff. They'll drop God of War a few months before that, a couple months before that, put some of the stuff on sale for the holidays. But I think yes, it was, Nigel. The PS1 VR setup was insane with that breakout box and all that other stuff. That was a lot of craziness right there. This is supposedly going to be one cable, USB-C, right to the front of your PS5. But today there was some speculation. Who was it from? Let me see if I recall. It was from Gaming Bolt. And here, let's get my desktop here. It was from our good friends over at Gaming Bolt, saying that the PSVR 2 will launch in Q1 of 2023. New League complains that the next-gen virtual reality is going to launch a little later than expected in the early months of 23. So where did they get this from? They got this from the the supplies, again, the supplies thing, I think Sony really wants to get this for the holiday. Yeah, Sergeant, I don't believe that June thing for God of War, even though that's what people are speculating too. They're thinking that, with the issue with the with the ordering and of the PS5 and the availability of it, that they might push this out to the like January, February. I just don't see. I think VR hits during the holidays because that's when you even saw with the Oculus 2. Like everybody was getting it right before the holidays. There was a Christmas gift for everybody, a holiday gift for everybody. Everybody was running around. I saw people smashing into Christmas trees and windows and punching family members. All the good stuff that you get with VR. Slapping your kids, slapping the parents beating up the kids slapping up the parents, grandma's falling down. All the good holiday stuff that you get with VR. I saw one lady she was punching, and her son was trying to help her. She gave him a hook. He must have saw next Tuesday. The fun things. Kinect used to do that, man. I remember the Kinect. Oh, my God. The Kinect, when they were doing that stupid Kinect Adventures, when you had to row and push yourself forward with, grab forward and pull back. The dad elbowed his son, knocked him the hell out. Kid was right at his waist. He thought he was really on the goddamn boat in the Kinect Adventures. Grabbed the thing, knocked the kid out. So the good things, the holiday, when everybody acts foolish and they're on eggnog, that's where I think the VR comes out. They're talking holiday. This is a holiday device. I think if they miss the holiday, I think that's going to hurt a little bit. I think it might hurt a little bit. Unless, do they maybe, they stack up the deck and maybe put a whole bunch of PlayStations out there for the holiday, sell them, and then sell this as an accessory? Maybe buying both of them at the same time. Yes, VR is more dangerous than Angry Drunks. That is correct. Dude, knocked out. Knocked out. But I'm thinking they're talking the holiday. We'll see. You can't trust PlayStation insiders. You can't. But we'll see. Supply constraints. Again, it's a wild time with the supply constraints and things like that. The rumored Half-Life Alyx support, backwards compatibility. I don't know. That's the other question I saw in here about this, the backwards compatibility. I don't know if it's going to be backwards compatible. I hope it is. I would think that it'll have this huge library of games for backwards compatibility because you would hate to start at zero. And that will be a gloriousness in itself. The fact that you could go back and play these VR games with better fidelity with the controllers at least. Even the graphics too, with the updated stuff with the VR, because you can do the PSVR. The only thing, and it wouldn't need the camera, so we don't need the camera for VR. Yeah, I could see it. But they're gonna have to do some finesse because they're gonna have to reprogram some of these games to support the inside-out tracking rather than the camera tracking. I don't know. I'm not dev. I don't know how that works. You can just throw them the check, right, Toolman? There's the checks. You can just throw them the checks there. But we'll see. The rumor is that it might come out in quarter 1, 2023. I think that's not too hot. I think January, February is not a great time. I think the holidays when you get the VR and the family's over and everybody's doing some crazy things. And that's when you want to showcase the VR. And, people want to spend more during the holidays. So we'll see where it goes. Yeah, they'll have to redo it. I don't know how it's going to work with backwards compatibility. They never even mentioned it yet. Because that would suck if you have to use the old VR for the old games. That would be that this thing's coming in with, very few games. I don't know if they want to go backwards like that. We'll see more. I'm sure they'll do state of plays. People are saying there might be state of plays in March. I think they can be state of plays, every month. They got a lot to show. Gran Turismo comes out this week. Then there's going to... wrestling. I'm going to wrestling. Well, hopefully I got to see the gameplay for WWE 20. I got to 22. I got to see what the gameplay is. The intros look incredible, but I got to see what the controls are for that. But then they got Forspoken. Oh, and then at the end of the month, you got Ghostwire Tokyo. Then you got Forspoken, and then God of War just sitting out there, and that's of what we do know. So we'll see. I tell you, they got a lot of stuff to show. So we'll see, but they just showed the VR headset last week, so they're definitely pushing for this thing. I don't think if this thing was slated for a year from now, I don't know if they'll be kind of like being this aggressive with it, because they show the controllers at CES, and then they're showing the headset now. So they're pretty. The cadence is pretty quick. Like each month, they're showing more and more about this, and they announced Horizon for it too, which ride the momentum of Horizon Forbidden West. Now you got Horizon VR. We'll see. I definitely think they're targeting the holidays. That was my speculation. Oh yeah, I know Spartacus on the list, Mr. Tennis. I'll talk about it briefly on that thing. Actually, I could bring it up now because the next topic is this. Actually, get into it. But yeah, the other thing too is the this Spartacus rumor that came out. Let me see where that was. I'll have to talk about that because I forgot. Thanks for reminding me on that one, because I forgot when I put it together about this Spartacus thing. So the thing with the Spartacus is that supposedly it's going to be this tier stuff for the PlayStation, right? It's going to be this tiers of basically PS Plus, PS Now with PS Plus, and then the third one will be classic games with streaming and downloadable games. You'll have downloadable games in the second one. It'll be like PlayStation Now, and then PlayStation Plus is online. And they're speculating around 10, 13, and 16, something like that. And this all came from Jeff Grubb's podcast. He says that there will be some like renaming of it, and this is kind of what he's talking about with the Spartacus. I think it's definitely, and also game trials would be hold on, let me see. Also, they said game trials would be part of it as well in the higher tier. You'll get some game trials. I think the game trials is a good idea. I think that's something they should have done with Game Pass. I think that's a good way of kind of making the game for what it is and not really worrying about, how it's going to be distributed over months on end and how to keep people subscribed. But I just think it's more of a unification of brands of what they have with PlayStation Now. And also, too, I think it's a little bit of gymnasts, too. Because now you could say, hey, we have like 80 million PlayStation Plus paying subscribers. You have, 3 or so million of PS Now, or whatever the hell they said. Now when you combine them all, it's like, oh, now we have 90 million. Or now we have like 85 million subscribers. So, I think it's a way of combining the two, because I think individually, the PS Now and the PS Plus, I think, the Plus is obviously the bigger install base than the PlayStation Now. But I do think that, by combining them, they could definitely, put the numbers together and, make it like one big subscription. And they'll just have different tiers of it. Options. Remember when options are good? Options are good. And yeah, I like, the thing is you don't want, it's going to be a benefit, a perk, I would think, of the higher tier. I do think that they're going to rely more on their older games than, some of the classic games. Now, whether they're streaming, that will suck if they're streaming. Because who wants to stream from a PS2? But if they're downloadable, that'll be pretty cool. Because they have updated PS2 games with 1080p and trophies and stuff like that on the PS4 they did. So we'll see what they do. Again, I really think it's not a competitor to Game Pass. But what I do think it's going to do is going to put pressure on Microsoft's first party, obviously. Because what it's going to do is that it's going to get, just like some people are saying, with day one games, I think those middle-of-the-road day one games, like some indie games, some other games, I think the PS Now or the PS Plus Spartacus, or whatever it is, will be able to negotiate with that larger install base, because they're combining the services, to get the same games that Microsoft's getting day one. So what's the differentiation there? It's going to be Microsoft day one first-party games or any exclusive deals. So it does put more pressure on Game Pass to get some exclusivity deals, and also to demonstrate with their first party. Because I think some of these other games will be, some of these other games will be kind of on keel. Maybe, I'm not going to say, I would say, an example, like those Back for Bloods and things like that. Like maybe if Spartacus turns out to be something, that the Back for Blood now will be on both Microsoft's, Game Pass service and Sony's Spartacus Tier 2 service or Tier 3 service. Which then kind of says, okay, well, some of those games you're getting on Game Pass, now we'll get them on our service. Now, where's the differentiation? Our first-party games and your first-party games, or our classic games and what you have. So we'll see where it goes. I do think that it does give Sony some leverage in, maybe getting some indie games day one. I always believe the services were good for like some indie games to get exposure, games that you don't want to spend $25 on or $20 on for an indie game. Remember when indie games were like $5? I remember Xbox Arcade, man, it was $5 for some of these arcade games. Then they just started being $20. It was like real expensive arcade games. Now any game is like, the mobile games are like $5, and now the any indie games like $15, $20 starting out, which is kind of a lot for a game where it's an indie game. Like, I don't know, you're not too sure of it. It seems a little much. Put that in a service. I don't know. We will see where this goes. I think that if you look at what Nintendo's doing with their subscription, which, by the way, I got to cancel my Nintendo online because they try to finesse me with a Bowser-ness trying to get me to automatic renew. And they got me last year. They're not getting me this year. And I'm not paying higher tiers for N64 games and Sega Genesis games. But if you look at the route Nintendo's going, Nintendo's not adding games of like, Safari, Mario Strikers or the next Zelda or anything in their subscription services. Instead, they were offering online features for their service, and then they're trying to entice people with their retro games and putting some of the old games in there, and that's kind of what they're doing. And I think that's where Sony's going to go with Spartacus, this higher tier, is kind of throwing in some of those classic games in there. Yeah, I think it has been great for indie games. Good exposure. That's why I think it's great. So basically, moving forward, I do think that they're going to do more of the Nintendo route, where they're going to move with some of the classic games, relying on the PS1, PS2 games in that service, in addition to getting the traditional games that you get with PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if they I don't know how many they'll do. I don't know. Like, again, this is all speculation. This is from Jeff Grubb, who's heard people talking about it. He also said that there's a Kojima game coming to Game Pass. I don't, sip of moonshine. I don't know where it's going. We'll see. You can only comment on when it happens, and that's the thing. Well, yeah, GameCube, yeah, right? Imagine they did GameCube games. Damn, imagine. Imagine if they did some GameCubes. You got to wait for that. And they got to wait for the N64. And some of the games Nintendo's putting in, those classic games, like, I hope Sony don't go that route. Put some of those ambiguous old-ass games in there. Like, here's some PlayStation 1 classics. Dude, NES was putting, like, the original baseball in there. I'm like, oh, my God. Nintendo's really, really milking it. Yeah, I agree, impatient. Like, I don't know. And what, a $3 difference between each of the tiers? My biggest thing, and you'll hear it here first, my biggest problem is if they don't allow for a yearly subscription and they only do the monthly, that is going to be some horseshit. No, it's Tennessee moonshine. It's from the distillery over in Pigeon Forge. It's actually it's not pure. It's moonshine lemon flavored, so it's almost like a limoncello. But thank you for bringing up that topic. We'll see what the Spartacus turns into. I don't know. I just want to make sure, because see what I do, and I'll tell you this right now. PS Plus, I get it on sale every year. They do it around E3 every year. $44 for the year. Buy a couple of years of it. PS Now, $44 every year around E3. They do the E3 sale around that June time, and then sometimes you even find it on deals with Amazon, and you get like $44. If not, for the year, you get it for $60, right? I agree, Froggy. Yeah, too much is gospel. Everybody runs with it with his news. Like, even, and I'm going to say, like, Jeff Grubb has his ways, but the way he talks about in the podcast and stuff like that, he has to come back and be like, guys, I was just speculating. Like, this wasn't exactly what I'm going to say. Like, I'm just speculating. And meanwhile, he sees all these articles written up about it. I don't know. Two in the street, I guess. Then don't say anything if you know people are going to misconstrue it. But I guess you got to get the hits and likes, but then you got to do the backtracking when it's just speculation. I don't know. But the internet's a wild time. We'll talk about it. How they just run with news. Nobody checks anything anymore. So, yeah, CD keys is another good way, using that. So, basically, I get PS Plus for $44 for a year, And I get PS Now for $44. And for $44, even $60 for PlayStation Now, it's the price of one game, and you get about over 800 games, and 500 of them are downloadable. Man, just to kind of pick up the back, just to pick it up, like whatever games come out that I'm like, yeah, I didn't get it. I remember I got Hitman 2, and I was able to do the backwards compatibility update for Hitman 3 to say I own Hitman 2 because Hitman 2 was in PlayStation Now. Dude, little things like that for $44, $60 for a year, dude, like that's it. Like that's a no-brainer. Like I'd say for $60 for $44, yeah, I'll take 800 games and whatever, like to filter through it and get some games. I'm playing GTA San Andreas. That's in PlayStation Now, and you could download over like 500 games. So if you miss them, like it is what it is. But like I said, not my primary way to get my games. It is just a failsafe, a safety net. Hey, I might have missed this game. Oh, I didn't know that game came out. Oh, I don't want to buy that game. It comes in there. Oh, okay, I'll try it out. And also for my son, he gets to play some games. He plays some NASCAR games and things like that in there. So for that, like, come on. $60 a year for both? $120 a year. But when you're talking $180, Microsoft, that's a pretty expensive. Like you're talking about another almost $80, $90 more for the promise of first-party games in there day one. And where are the first-party games, dude? Like that's the thing. Like that's the issue. And that's what I said. When people say that Game Pass is the greatest deal in gaming, dude, the greatest deal in gaming, like PlayStation, if you just want games, PlayStation Now is pretty damn good for what it is, and I've done videos on that. And also, PlayStation Plus, for the games that they give you each month, that's insane. They've been ensuring that you get PS5 games each month, which is something that is incredible because Games with Gold is horrible. Horrible.
Okay.
Yes, horrible. Hit the sirens. Games with Gold? I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to get you to be angry and just like throw your controller or just cancel Xbox Live in disgust. I don't know what their approach is for Games with Gold. Like you're paying $60 a year to play online and getting those trash ass games. You're just like, you don't need it for free to play games anymore. Now you're just playing to pay online, and now you get these horrible Games with Gold. I don't know what they want you to do. They just want you to go like, just like get so mad and quit and go, I'm going to Game Pass. I hate this Games with Gold because those are just horrible games. That is not even funny. And I know a lot of people have stacked the Game Pass dollar bill fill upgrades and things like that. But it's going to come time to pay the piper. And I brought this up here before. I showed the stacking thing is only good for a couple of years, 2 to 3 years. And that started in 2019. So if you went in 2019 and did this Games with Gold and you upgraded to Ultimate, that 3 years is winding down. So now if you go buy any kind of Xbox Live cards or anything like that, it is going to give you the equivalent of $15 a month. And it says it from their website. And I can tell you the video that I did it in. But on their website, it says after you've done that stack, which a lot of people have, that's why so many people cap for Game Pass because they did this stack. Well, when the stack is up, 3 years was the max. Started in 2019. When the stack is up, now you're paying $15 a month, or you could go buy some cards for $60, but guess what? That's only going to give you 4 months of Game Pass Ultimate because they're equivalating $60 for $15 a month. So there you go. Now you break even. So whatever you're spending, it's $15 a month. Whether you're buying it through Xbox Live cards, whether you're buying Xbox Ultimate cards, you still can buy a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for a year. You can't do it. And then you can use the rewards. I use PlayStation points, but the thing is like, you use the rewards, I got PlayStation points. There are ways to manipulate it and stuff, but the stacking thing does come to an end and you're wanting to pay $15 a month. You could finesse the system, you could do that stuff, but when it comes to said and done, you're paying $15 a month. Oh, damn. What's up, Salty? How you doing? The Game Night 1, 2, 3. What's up, man? He says, Come on, Jez. You're not excited for Street Power Soccer? For one of March's games with gold? It has a 41 on Metacritic. Oh, damn. Street Power
You're my
Soccer.
#1 customer.
Dude, games with gold. I've said this before. You know when you go to Walmart? Thank you, Game Night, for the super chat. You know when you go to Walmart, there's that big bin of just shit where employees are just so pissed and they just throw any kind of DVDs and games inside the big Walmart bin? You know that big bin that's in there in the middle of Walmart, and you see people in there digging in there and stuff like that? If you jumped in there like a friggin' swimming pool, and you went it's up, Link, how you doing, man?
What
and
up?
you went face down in this big Walmart bin. Yo, there's like socks in there, maybe a shoe, maybe some other products from a different section that somebody just got pissed and just threw it in the bin. It is like the Walmart garbage bin. If you went in there face first and your only thing sticking out were your 2 feet, you still wouldn't find the games that they put in Games with Gold in that bin. You wouldn't. That bin is like, dude, that is like the Walmart kind of garbage bin. You got somebody that's like, I hate this job. Let me throw the goddamn pair of one shoe in there. I'll hide the other shoe somewhere else in the store. And this is the shit that they do. Those Games with Gold games, I don't even know. They're the ones that you see in GameStop that have the faded covers because they've been hit by the sun for fucking 20 years. And the cover of the game is all faded. Dude, that's the games that they're putting in there. Games you didn't even know that people made. That's the stuff. Oh, damn. Seth Ross says that's the We Heard You bin. Oh, damn. the We Heard You bin. Oh, no. Link, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Doing great, actually.
Dude, let me ask you. You're going to go right to the next topic. Oh, well, actually, let me ask you about the Spartacus thing. Did you hear about the tiers and stuff like that? What do you think? Do you think that's legit, or like? I just hope it's not a way for them to increase
I don't
price.
really trust it. I'm gonna wait for Sony to put out official information about it.
Yeah, I agree. Oh damn, VFX says face down, ass up, Phil style. Oh damn, we're getting wild now. The grind is getting wild. Well, you want to hear wild? Get a tetanus shot before you play Games of Gold. Exactly. We heard you, Walmart bin, dude. The games are not even in there. Not even in there. The next thing, and I'm going to gloss over this, is the Steam Deck arrives. Not to me, though. I didn't get the email. But you want to know what I've been thinking about? Because I read some of these reviews. I heard that Gabe Newell rode up on a golf cart to some people and hand delivered them to people. I don't know if he's still a fat bastard and driving around on a golf cart, but apparently he was hand delivering some of these Steam Decks, getting the joyfulness out of the PC Master Race, who want to play on a 10-inch OLED screen for 720p. I guess now the RBG lights and the smoke and the thermal liquid cooling, I guess that's too much now. Now they just want to play on a little device. Well, I pre-ordered it, all right? I didn't get an email. I just wanted to be in there maybe. I pre-ordered it. Let's see. They finessed me. It was supposed to come out in November, December, and then they said quarter, then they said January, and then they say Q2. Even though I pre-ordered it on the first day, I only put my $5 down, and apparently if you get the email, they open it up where you could pay the $500 for the level 2, which has the NVMe in it. But the one thing that I looked at the reviews, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, it's glorious. It's what mobile gaming should be." You know what, guys? First off, nobody's calling out the elephant in the room. Apparently, if you play a game on it, like with like untapped, like unlocked frame rate and stuff like that, they give you like 2 to 3 hours. 2 hours. Depending on resolution and the frame rates and the power of the game, they were saying like Portal 2, like maybe Portal 2 will give you some more hours and stuff like that. 8 hours, they're talking 2. 2.5 hours. Who the hell, this is the problem that I have with PC gaming. It's like, who is going to, like, like 2 hours. Like, you can't really even take that on a road trip or anything like that. You got to sit with this thing and you got to be plugged into a wall. If you got to do that, why don't you just game on your PC? And that was a problem that I had with a lot of the reviews saying that, the battery life varies, and that's one of the biggest issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too big. It's not going to fit in a fanny pouch.
I wasn't really impressed with those frames rates they were getting in a lot of those games.
That was the other thing. Like, yeah.
And it does have a feature to lock it at 30, but I mean, this is supposed to be PC gaming. Why we lock it frame rates to 30 FPS?
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, what happened to PC Master Race? It's all about the frames.
Mm-hmm.
You want to lock it at 30 frames to save battery life. What are you doing? Like, what? Like, I don't understand. It just doesn't. It seemed cool on paper, but now in practicality, I think like, and the other thing too is that if I would get criticized because I game from a gaming laptop. Oh, thermal throttling. You don't get the max. This and the make sure it's on one of those heat pads and make sure that it has the ventilation but it's gonna throttle. You'll never get the maximum if you have it in a desktop setting and all this other hokey dokey. But we're talking about this thing. It's cool. I don't know. I might have to classify it. in the same sentence as the Microsoft strap-on. I didn't want to have to go there. I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it if I get that email. I don't know. I just can't see you paying $500 for a party trick. Look what I can do. Like, I don't know. It sounds like it's the same dude that pulls out a phone and puts out the clip with the strap on and says, look, I can play Gears on my phone. And you're just like, that's nice. This dude's going to pull out. This thing is big, too. Just do a gaming laptop. I don't know. I don't know, man. If I get that email, I was second guessing. I was looking at some of those reviews, and I know, man, the PC websites, oh, this is the best. Oh, my God. The next generation of gaming is here. I'm like, oh, my God. So, really, you guys really want console gaming? Because that's what that is. That's what that is. That's console gaming right there. Compromised console gaming.
I watched one review where it was talking the battery life on if you're running a game at 60 FPS, you can get under 2 hours of playtime.
Yeah.
What? I mean, exactly. I'm not knocking it. I mean, I think it's a cool concept, but I don't know if it's been executed the best way.
Nah, it's just I think. Well, the reason why is because, and then you got to see that there's this whole list of optimized games that work, and then games that don't work.
Halo Infinite doesn't work on it.
Doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, and again, like it's the tinkering, and I guess that's the potential of it, the hacking, and that's where a lot of I think PC gamers are going with this. They're like, oh man, in this form factor, I could hack the hell out of it. I could put emulators on and all this stuff. Dude, I you know what? I bought an ANC, $160 little thing that's basically like a PSP that has all the emulators on it, and I could play it and put it in the back pocket. It was $169. Like I'm not gonna pay $600 to go play Mario Brothers on through an emulator. Like, you want to play like the big games on there. You want to play how that functions, and I just feel that there's too much variability, as with all PC games, where like you're not gonna get consistent battery life. It was one of the reasons why the Switch like was okay, but the Switch really didn't get some great battery life. That's why they came out with the Switch Lite. With the lower resolution, with the
and the new revised Switch has much better battery life.
Well, that's the OLED. The OLED I think uses less battery.
The OLED,
yeah, and it's more efficient. So like
it's got a more efficient processor and stuff like that. So,
yeah, but the thing is though, is that every game that's being made for the Switch knows exactly, and that's a mobile processor though, and they know that software is being built for that hardware. See, this is kind of like the same thing that Microsoft's doing with Game Pass. You're trying to take these games that are built for like high-end, like for all these PCs with min specs and all this other stuff, and slapping it onto a laptop in a form factor of a gaming a gear, like one of those, like a portable device. So it's basically looking at it like a laptop, and it doesn't have all this ventilation. It's going to have thermal throttling. It's going to have all those issues that you get with a laptop, a gaming laptop. And I'm going to tell you right now, If you want to go on the go for mobile gaming, I'm going to tell you right now what laptop to get because I have a bunch of gaming laptops. You go get the Asus Zephyrus G14. It is like $1,200 on sale with a 3060 in it. I think they're going to start putting the next ones in it there. They had them all come out the 2060s. I'm telling you, it uses the what is it? It uses an NVIDIA graphics card, but it also uses the what is it? AMD CPU. But the battery life on this thing is absolutely insane. Don't go with 4K screens because they drain your battery for unnecessary reasons. But it goes with a high. I have a 144 hertz screen, 1080p. The battery life and throttling on this thing, the temperature control, it's incredible. It does an amazing job. It worked so much better than my MSI that I had, and the MSI was pretty good, but like that was more of a thing. But Asus Zephyrus G14, the G15 is even more powerful. That's even better. But the G14, it's small. It is such a small computer, but it has so much power and battery life. And know what else it has too? You could turn off the GPU to give you even longer battery life. So it's not running that 3060 all the time. You could turn it off and basically turn it into a friggin' basically Ultrabook. Love it. That is the gaming laptop to get. Also, if you really want to do like a desktop replacement, I did the Alienware with the external GPU casing. That's another thing. I've been doing the mobile stuff the whole time. I haven't built this computer stuff. But this thing, it looked cool. It's interesting. It's very big from the reviews. I looked at it. It's big. Pause. But it's really big. And we'll see. Like, I just think the battery life is really a killer for me. Yeah, see, so Ying says that the Switch lasts about 4 or 5 hours. But see, the thing is, the software is built for that hardware. This is kind of like, they'll have some optimized stuff. It's just so funny, Link, because, like, these PC guys make their YouTube channels talking about the console war and why you cap for plastic and stuff like that. But Gabe Newell comes out. He pulls out a friggin' basically a console out of his friggin' hot dog roll. And these dudes go bonkers over it. He's basically created a console for you. A limited device that is limited in control. So you could tweak it. But the thing is that this thing is hurt by its form factor. All the liquid coolings and the fans and all this stuff that you do as PC gamers. I don't know, man. Neil said he's gonna get in and tell me how it is. Neil, please. But I didn't get my thing. Every week they're gonna do new ones, so I'm gonna see.
Right.
Oh, what happened? Something happened to the show? Phil got me down? What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
Sniped. What do you mean sniped? I'm still alive, right? On my shows now? Wait, hold on. I gotta check. It's still on, right? Uh-oh. Why is everybody saying, oh, no? What happened? Did the stream crash? The stream's still alive. Let me see. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Stream's still alive. All right, it came back. I don't know. Something dropped. All right, we're good. Sorry about that. Oh my God, everybody left. All right, I'm back now. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Me either. I don't know.
It was buffering for you? Okay. We heard you, Phil voice. Anyway, it dropped out twice. That's weird. What's going on? I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, you want to know what? Maybe it went to... Oh, sorry, everybody. Well, get everybody back in here. I don't know what happened. Get everybody back on in. We're going to move on to the next topic. Enough of the Stream Deck thing. But yeah, if I get it, we'll see. But like right now, I'm a little perturbed as the battery life and going like, I don't see this thing leaving my house. Yes, Buckrock, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing so everybody can just see more ads. But yeah, the next topic here is one of the things is the next topic we have here. Yeah, YouTube is wilding. I had 160 people in there. Now I got 30. But that's all right. Grindhouse, come back. I'll share it out, making sure everybody knows to come back in. The Grindhouse is open. It was just the cops. False alarm. False alarm. They tried to come and get us. Phil Ness. I know what you need to do when you come back in here. Is hit that like button. Hit that like button, Grinders. We're back online. Here we go. All right. We are back. I'm gonna put it back. Okay, next topic here. This thing will be pretty quick on this one. But Phil Ness went around, and this whole thing of like who approached who with this Activision deal. It's been pretty interesting what came out here. Sinister. They just don't bring that bullshit over here, Sinister. You go over there, come back, but just don't stick up the place. I'll leave you outside at the curb with the Grindhouse. But yeah, Phil actually went over to Activision after he's talking about sniffing assholes. Phil, when Activision said that they got these issues, 2 days later, Phil Ness went knocking on that door, holding up the check, the clearinghouse check. So tell me, like, he saw a dying company. He saw a company in disarray. And he went over knocking on that door, holding up the check, John Cusack style, outside the front of Activision headquarters. So it wasn't Activision walking over, trying to get purchased. After they had those issues, that's when Phil Ness went over there and said, we'll buy you out. Pretty damn interesting, I thought.
Yeah.
Of a turn of events. And where is it? And then we talked about it last week about the Call of Duty not coming there. But yeah, very interesting. Like, they were saying like in the paperwork that here it is. I got it right here. Back to the game bowl. So Microsoft began Activision acquisition talks just 3 days after Bobby Kotick misconduct report was published. He went over there. He goes,
Oh yeah, dollar bill Phil. I'll buy that for $1.
That's what he went over there. He sniffed out death. He saw that Kodak had the misconduct. He goes, ooh, I smell a rat. He goes, and then he goes out, and he goes to Activision headquarters, John Cusack style. Holds up the clearinghouse check with donuts. Activision dollar deal. Merely days after Wall Street Journal, Bobby Kotick report went live, Microsoft began acquisition talks. Dude.
Of course they did.
Of course they did, right? Oh, man. He sniffed them out. He goes,
Well.
He goes, somebody's hurting. He goes, let me go there. Because it's pretty interesting. Like, again, it even boggles my mind, too. It is smart on Microsoft's end. But you got to think, like, my thing is that if you found every purchase that they kind of did has been kind of like a company in disarray, a company shutting down, a company not releasing I don't know. I think
whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Lean back with Outer Worlds, but before Outer Worlds, that's when they did the purchase. When Obsidian really wasn't doing anything, they were kind of in hiatus and they haven't released anything. Outer Worlds was their first game in a while, so like it's pretty interesting the timing of these Microsoft acquisitions of these studios. Bethesda coming off after like the fallout of 76. Let's do Bethesda now. Like I remember Jeff Grubb did the tweet going like, hey, they were gonna start canceling stuff and start letting go people, but Microsoft came in and bought them because they were kind of just not able to oversee what was going on. They didn't have the money to do it. It's just really interesting on the Mothman, Phil Ness Spencer, just seeing death and going to where death is. Like, if your studio's in trouble, you better be expecting a knock on that door.
yeah, it's Philness. I'm here to buy you. How much do you want for your company? Don't pack up those bags right now. Don't pack up those bags. I'm going to offer you a deal of a lifetime. 10 billion? 20 billion? What do you want? I'm going to get you in my Game Pass. How much does it cost? We'll give you new Windows laptops. We'll give you some new mimosas on Sunday with some brunch. Make sure Booty puts the right cream and number of sugars in your coffee. We got a full coffee. You think Starbucks is the shit? You haven't seen anything from Booty Bucks. Booty! Booty Bucks. They got nothing on Starbucks. When Booty comes a knocking, you get any coffee you want from anywhere, Madagascar. Coffee from all over the place, right to your doorstep.
You're my number one customer.
He knows how many creams. He knows how many sugars. He is a goddamn barista. That's included to my $1 billion offer. Because I'm the Mothman Philness. I heard you in trouble. I heard you were in trouble. I heard that you were going to shut this place down. I heard there was some bullshit going on in the background. Well, I'm here to buy you out. I got booty bucks. We got mimosas. You don't have to put out a game for a year or two. It doesn't matter. We got their money already.
You're my number one customer.
Is. And I want you to be part of my team to go into Game Pass. Booty, give him a coffee. Let him think about it. Oh, yeah.
Damn. We got it live. I told you, I got the recordings. Booty Bucks. Screw Starbucks. Booty Bucks. Mr. Barista himself will make you handcrafted coffee from the beans and the grinds. No pun intended, grinders. Booty Bucks. The game night 1, 2, 3, he said, Phil sniffs. It smells like misconduct and allegations in here. Hey, Satya, let's buy these guys. It sounds like it. He smelled death. He's in his desk right there, and he goes, a whiff. Just give him a whiff. Remember the line from, what the hell the line was from? What the hell was it? The Departed. When he goes to the FBI, he goes, you just give them a whiff. Give them a whiff of my ass. Just give them a whiff. That's what happens. Phil's sitting at his desk going like, 25 million subs. Shh. What's that smell? What's
We got plenty of Turbo Man's faithful saber-tooth tiger booster.
Booster? It smells like Booster. Somebody's in disarray. He saw that the Bobby Kodak got his ass handed to him. He goes, put him on the phone. I'm buying him. John Cusack style, 60 clearinghouse check, $70 billion. Oh my goodness, $2 from Nuts on Chin. Oh boy, what a name that one is.
Oh,
Damn. Elden is cool, but Horizon's my goatee. Yeah, I agree. And I agree. But man, Mothman Phil Ness Spencer coming over, offering booty bucks and telling them that they don't have to put out a game for years. He's like, Kodak, not only am I going to buy you, because I hear there's some misconduct over here. It smells like death. I love death. I'll just buy you up here. But not only that, but guess what? You don't even need to put out a Call of Duty next year. How's that, Phil, for Phil Ness Big Bucks? For 25 years, you've been putting out Call of Duties, but guess what? You could skip a year. I'm buying you out. 20 years. They're not going to put out a Call of Duty next year. Get ready. Know what this Call of Duty is going to be? Call of Duty Infinite. Get ready. This Call of Duty that's coming out this holiday, wait till you see. How many maps we used to get Call of Duty? 25 maps. We're going to get 5. This is going to be a 2-year Call of Duty. What's up, frogs?
yo.
Dude, that's what we're getting. We're going to get Call of Duty Infinite. And everybody's going to blame Phil, and Phil's going to be like,
What up, frogs?
it wasn't me. Saw me banging on the sofa. It wasn't me. Skipping Call of Duty. It wasn't me. It was damn right, Phil. That's $69 billion check. Skipped a year Call of Duty. That's exactly what it did. But this is it, man. So be careful, studios out there. I know no studios listening to the Grindhouse, but be careful. Don't give Phil Spencer a whiff, because he'll come knocking at your door. I hear there's misconduct. I hear that somebody's going to get fired. I hear you don't have a problem releasing games. Like that Dave Chappelle. Perfect. Perfect. No lie, because no lie. What I say about the customer? Fuck the customer. Perfect. That's Phil Spencer. Go watch the pop copy clip from goddamn Dave Chappelle show, best show ever, and watch the pop copy clip, and that is how Phil Spencer thinks about you. We used to do that shit all the time at Circuit City. You didn't want to talk to somebody, you'd be like, my ass itches, and I still took a shower. Can I help you? Dude, I'm telling you, shit works. I followed Dave Chappelle when I worked at Circuit City. But you do that pop copy clip, man. I want to talk to the manager. I am the manager, bitch. Take your shit. That's Phil with his customers. Perfect. Right? Because fuck them. Perfect. Kodak's like, Phil, I got misconduct. They got my ass pinned to the wall here. Guys were going crazy over here. It's horrible. Phil's like, perfect. Do you know how much drama and bullshit that they inherited with this? For what? I don't know. For Call of Duty? Skipping a year? Staying multiplat? I don't know. $70 billion doesn't sound like a get out of jail free card. And they're paying off Kodak to leave. Like, you know what? Take your dirty ass. I'm paying you off the devil. I pay off the devil. Get the hell out of here. But there you go. Phil had no interest in Activision. He got a whiff. 3 days after, he goes, Satya, Daddy Satya, can I have the checkbook, please? I want to go out on the town. Malabute, I'm going out. Satya goes, here you go. Here's the check, Phil. Just come back. You can go spend Papa's money. Just come back here. I will. And go buy Kodak. There he is. Sniff that death out. Good job, Phil. Excellent. Put a portfolio. You need all this bullshit. Anyway. Oh. While we're talking about dumps, Halo Infinite fans have been talking about they're not happy with these mid-season updates. And that's about it. That's about it for the news. Halo Infinite still blowing ass. No content, no maps. And one of the biggest Halo guys did a nice little tweet going, Optic Lucid. These are like the guys that the Halo community built on. At this pace, I suppose very little is coming to Infinite until next season. For a live service game, this is just unacceptable. And then people said, Optic Lucid. This is like the Halo MLG player, whatever here. This is not good news. 343. Tree for tree. There he is. He's one of those
Who's
check
surprised? Who is surprised?
Damn, he has 39,000 followers. He's a competitive Halo player for Team Optic. These are not good optics. Yep. So he's not happy with Halo. Good job, 343. You're pissing off everybody. Even the diehard Halo competitors. Jesus. Disgusting. Oh my God. Okay, fine. I tell you, you know what? I don't understand. They like, everybody likes the friggin' rat, Frog. I don't understand this rat. They love this Halo Infinite rat, so I'm gonna put it up for the fans. The grinders, super chats, the VIP grinders, everybody wants to see the Halo rat. Here you go. That's Phil Ness sniffing for cheese. Sniffing for dead studios like a rat. You know, it's funny. I called him like a hyena. You know, a hyena just like seeks out dead bodies. Like, yeah, that's dead carcass. That's what feels like. What studios are failing? That sounds like Game Pass quality for me.
That's real. That's how
quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our
When I
best.
think about Xbox, think about quality games. Let's go buy some studios that are dying.
Yeah, that's always been a hit.
Here's your Halo rat. And then here's your Herman Holtz rat.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
if I'd say
quality.
always, like, I think we've
It's a
gone through
quality
times.
rat. Look at the hair. I went in there. I went into Gorilla Studios and I was like, they showed me this Halo rat. I was like, what the fuck is this? That is not quality. That is not passion. That is a Halo rat. Our rats will not look like that. That is a Game Pass rat. That is that service. That dollar bill shit. We have quality here. We have quality. This is the rat. I want hair blowing in the wind. I want the ears. I want to see the emotion of the rat on its face. I don't want these. Some clay rat. I'm gonna tell you, I zoomed in 400%. I'm gonna tell you, Froggy, you want to talk about zooming in 400%? We do love it. You're right. Because you want to know what? If it's there, why not? Right? Why not? If the quality of Aloy's eyeballs is there for me to look at, I'm going to zoom in a 500%. If it's there. Look at this. I'm going to zoom in. You see what happens when people zoomed in on Craig's ass? He became a meme. This is quality. I'm going to zoom in. I am going to zoom in 400% because you want to know what? Here's her foot. Go zoom in on Craig's foot. Tell me what it looks like. Hopefully they can show the toes with the 12 teraflops. If the quality is there, you bet your ass I'm zooming in on it. They give you a photo mode for a reason. These are my photos. Look at this. I took these. These are not no reviewers. This is Grinds My Gears photo shoot. It's quality. 400, 1,000%. Where is it? I guess more. I got another eyeball. Look at this. And the fact, the quality, we're going to talk about it. The quality of this game at this level, at this distance. And then in the same realm, you could see the distance and scale, but then zoom right into her face and it looks like this. Are you kidding me? No, I don't have a foot fetish, just wait. I just had to zoom in another body part except the face that I kept zooming in on. But the fact that you get this grandiose background, this skybox. Foot fetish confirmed. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. You get this skybox, and then you could zoom in right to the face, and the details is right there. You got to be kidding me. You bet your horse's ass I'm zooming in 1,000%. There's a reason why they put the photo mode, because it's a quality. I want everybody to see the quality. Get back on my yacht. Meanwhile, they don't put a photo mode in Halo because they don't want you doing I said I was going to do a friggin' colonoscopy to Craig and zooming up on his ass. They don't have a photo mode in Halo.
Nope.
They don't even have one in Gears. They're hiding shit.
They don't even have one in Elden Ring.
Damn, exactly. Look at this. Blackhead's everything, man. It's incredible. The detail is insane.
Did you see the picture of Aloy? Somebody had an outfit on. You could see her nipples. I don't know if that was a real picture or not.
No, I don't do that.
Apparently it's a real outfit in the game. Looks like paint, and you can basically see her. Now, I was like, that can't be real. And everybody's like, no, this is real. And I'm like, okay, shame on me for believing it's real. But it was just a weird photo, and I was like, it can't be, But they said the detail in this game, and which I believe, because I have it. It's incredible, yeah.
I took a picture of the raccoon, just a stupid raccoon rolling around there, like how people took a picture of that Halo rat. Look at this. They actually put in the eye, they have the raccoon eye, like when you have the large pupil for night vision. Like it reflects off its
incredible.
eye. This is just a stupid little animal running around. Look at the detail of it. Come on, man. But if you zoom in on Halo's ugly ass, you get criticized. Look at this detail, and this is not zoomed in. Incredible. We'll go back to it. And then here's the Grinds Theater. There's my rat. This is my picture of my rat. So I know it's not horseshit. There's my rat right there.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. But anyway, Halo doing its thing. That's going to get us right into Horizon. So, updated impressions. I'm just going to give Frog. I know you haven't played too much of Horizon. Oh, here's Bootleg Joel. Here's a CGI of Bootleg Joel.
A little bit of time in it.
So, what have you impressed from last week? What have you think?
With
Horizon.
Horizon.
We're going to get to Elden Ring after Horizon.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm here for. But what I'll say is, Horizon is probably unlike, just on a graphic level, it's unlike any game I've seen. I would say it's probably one of the, if not the best looking open world game, it's one of the best open world games as far as looks. And I think from what I've played so far, I've passed the part where you got your glider, of course. And I'm not super deep into the game. What I think is the game is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And it's better than the first one.
Oh, yes.
And I beat the first one. It's way better than the first one. And this game is nowhere in shape or form. There's some clowns out there, and we got to stop as a community. We got to stop giving these reviewers the ability to put a stamp or a number on something and say something stupid like this game is a 6 or a 5. Or I just think it's absolutely ignorant to look at and review a game and give it a 9, 9.5, and then the next time you look at the sequel to it, and you sell 6.5, 6. You absolutely have a problem with how you review things. There's something absolutely wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I know that people say, "Oh, you don't go by reviews, screw Metacritic." But the reality is Metacritic does have some weight to it, and I think we have to, as a community, these review sites that are out there that are freaking reviewing a game because it's on a platform and they're pissed that the platform is doing better than whatever their platform of choice is. Because I think it is some of that. It's sad, but game is stunning.
It is better than the first one. So why wouldn't they do?
I can't understand that.
Yeah.
With everything in my heart, I don't understand how you can look at this game, look at the first one, which to me is stunning, and there's some games that I can say don't even look as good as the first one. But you got to look how far not only this game came, you got to look how far the engine went. We went from Horizon and the Decima engine to Death Stranding Decima engine to this with the Decima engine. The Decima engine is just doing things better and better and better. And it, I'm playing this big open world game with really minimal to almost none popping. It looks good and it's locked 60. It's a lock 30. Dynamic resolution here and checkerboard dynamic resolution. The bottom line is, no matter how you play it, it's something for everybody, and it's a very capable product, and I don't see how you can be mad at that. In my personal opinion, I thought this game when Metacritic put the thing, hey, what do you think? I put a 91 because I was pretty sure this game was going to get a 91.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah,
and then with the season game in the high 80s, which is still good, just because 4 or 5 reviewers will dropping 6s on it or 6.5.
6s. Oh my god,
dude! I don't understand how you give the game a 6.
God, they make they work for booty. The guy they give them the sugars.
Well, yeah, one of them just and I don't even want to say the site's name because I don't want to give it any more freaking fame than it already has. I think one of them actually did it. One of the sites actually did it just to be the talk of conversation because now everybody knows this site but nobody knew who they were before this.
Yep.
And I think they were just like, you know what? Shit, we gave the first one a 9.5. Yo, give this a 6.5. People start talking about us. We'll become bigger. And now they are bigger because people are talking about them. And I just don't understand how you give the first game a 9.5, and you say this game is technically worse. Don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
I know. Link, what do you think? What have you been doing with Horizon? You been playing it?
Oh yeah, I've been playing Horizon. It slowed down a little bit because Elden Ring came out, so I kind of been going back and forth between the two games. I'm progressing through the story in Horizon. I did get a really cool mount last night, so I'm thoroughly, man. This game is, I will say, graphically, this game is beautiful. Artistically, technically. I mean, the facial animations, the level of detail, it's really unmatched, especially when you compare it to a third-party game.
Uh-huh.
So going from, playing Elden Ring and then going back to Horizon, it's like a night and day difference as far as the visuals. Horizons definitely looks like a next-generation game. So I'm like, I probably have another 10 hours or so to finish the main story because I keep getting sidetracked by all these side missions.
Side missions are great, actually.
Side missions are great. So, like I said, man, the game is. I'm really enjoying the story. I'm really enjoying Aloy's growth as a hero in this game. And so overall, man, the game is just amazing. I mean, the fact that we're getting these type of experiences so early in the gen. I don't even know what they're going to do towards the end if we're getting this kind of stuff already. So,
yeah,
I
agree. Like that's the thing with this game is like it's amazing how much better it is than the first one. The story,
yes,
the even the not just the content of the story and what's going on, but the way it's told and the pacing of it is done so much better than the first one. In the fact that they kind of everything that's going on if you played the first one when it first starts, but where they take it to the next level and all the things that are going on and just growing this huge world, because the first world, like, it had people and kind of villages and stuff, but this one, everybody is so unique. There's so much life out there. You just see just random tribes fighting enemies in the distance and stuff, like fighting, like hunting, and just they have this way of just having you want to explore by just making the world amazing looking, but also building out AI and other characters in the region and things like that, and the way they give you side missions to really kind of flesh out that experience. And it really doesn't make you want to fast travel. You just want to kind of
yeah.
I don't want to fast travel. I just want to go through and just really just explore the world. And also too, they got a lot of crates. I have so many more than the first one, of like hidden crates and all that stuff where you get tons of crafting capabilities. And also too, her arsenal in this one is huge. She had so many different things to do.
There's so many weapons.
And they don't have it all locked up. Like, you got all your circles. You could put them all there. There's different types of arrows for the things like they had in the first one, but there's all different types. There's the javelin. There's a hook shot. There's all these different things. And then in addition, she has all the traversal stuff that she has with the hook shot and pulling things off with her hook, that she could, like, open up vents and things like that. And then they have these areas where, almost like Uncharted-like, where you have puzzles, you have these trying to figure out certain things and just trying to figure out how to navigate an area to get to a different ledge. And she could climb on pretty much any side mountain and things like that. And what I do like is that they don't compromise the environment. I know some people complaining about the yellow lines when she scans. She should just be able just to climb it.
It makes sense based on the technology she uses.
Exactly. It makes sense because now she has a reason why she could climb now, because now she could scan it and stuff. But it's cool because it doesn't compromise the environment. They don't have to have all those, like, white chalk lines all over the mountain to go, like, I could climb here.
Yeah, Jess. That's right.
So by hitting that button, you can see those yellow things where to go. But
right.
Obviously you could still climb it without hitting the scan and seeing what to climb on. But it doesn't compromise the visuals because it's
and you know, they did give you way more surfaces that you could climb onto because the first game you're very limited on what you could actually climb up. And yeah, you can't climb everything on this game because she's not Spider-Man. So she's not supposed to be able to scale every single cliff. There has to be places where she can actually grab onto. And so it's more believable that she can climb more surfaces, but she can't climb everything. And if it's a flat surface, obviously there's not going to be any grooves for you to climb onto. So as a technical aspect, it makes sense that she can climb more things, but that she can't climb everything.
Exactly.
Right.
Let's see what they got here.
Right. And because if you look at how she moves and grooves, and just look at the environment. I mean, she's not, because a lot of people want to compare a lot of things to, different open world games. In this sense, it's an action adventure kind of game, RPG mechanics. So people are going to compare it to, maybe a Breath of the Wild. Because everybody likes to have that approach to say, hey, let's compare it to this, the Breath of the Wild because the open world aspect. Breath of the Wild is in the first or the last game, and when we start talking about Elden Ring,
that's next.
There's nothing wrong with comparing games to Breath of the Wild as like a game changer for what it did for the genre of Zelda. But what I'll say is like for this game, I agree with you. Like it did make sense for her to be able to climb every single thing as she can just climb it. Like, and it didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This is very believable how she climbs things.
And also too, like I just think that the way they the character, even they've captured so much life with the side missions. They're not like robotic kind of like they're not like just robotic kind of NPCs. Like they all have emotion. They kind of they did the motion cap on it and really kind of engage you where if somebody just gives you a mission, they're just standing there and it's like from far away and they're like, la, 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 la. And then their mouth doesn't even move or something like that. You're just like, oh, okay, this is a side mission. It is what it is. But when you like engage in a side mission, like it is a full cutscene, it is a full motion cap, character detail is incredible, and it gets you engaged to want to help out. Like the just for example, not to spoil anything, but the first thing, the mine one, like I thought it was like a side mission. Like when you get to the mine, you meet the warden there, you meet the guy who controls the whole mine thing. They're in there and it's all puzzles and navigation and it's all cool things, almost like Tomb Raider-esque. That mission by itself, I was like, wow, this does not feel like a Horizon game. It feels definitely like pulling some from Tomb Raider and Uncharted.
Yeah.
And
it pulls from different games.
Yeah, and then the fact is that when after you save them, they go back, you go back to the town, they're there. It's a whole cutscene and interaction with the characters and all this other stuff, and they give you another reward and things like that. Like it really, and that's just a side mission. So like they really fleshed out this game so much more than the first one. And I think that is such an awesome, incredible game. And it just and I'm looking at some of these reviews, these low ones from Stevia, who's sponsored by Booty with the Sugars, and Washington Post. And I saw this Washington Post one, a 70, right? You want to, I don't want to start yelling, but I'm going to start yelling. You see this Washington Post one? That's by our good friend, Gino Park. Where is he? Let's see. Why did he give it a 70? I wonder, Grinders. Why do you think this clown gave it a 70? Why? I wonder why. A good friend of Washington Post, Mr. Gino. Let's see. What the thing? Hold on. There it is. Let's see. Gino Park, Washington Post. Let's see. No, wait. Washington Post gave it a 70? Let me see. I wonder what he said. Oh, what? Oh. And look at the neutral clown. Colt Eastwood retweeted it. Mr. Neutral himself. All a bunch of bullshit that flows out of his channel. Well, his horseshit. They found new DX. Oh my God, I can't even listen to this shit. I look at Colt Eastwood stuff. He tells me about new games and new features. He's talking about DNA 2.0 in your face. Dude, I don't even know. Like, Grinders, you would just abandon my channel if I just basically just start make up shit. Like, yo, they're making up the PS6. PlayStation 6 is coming. It's going to have 2 DVDs and all digital. New news. That's the channel. Like, I'm just like, if all that shit was real, there would be, like, so much new games. But anyway, the Neutral retweeted it. But here he is, Gene Park Souls. Horizon's a one-and-done game. Elden Ring is gonna go have Skyrim legs. Oh, well, who's Gene Park? Let's see who Gene Park is. That sounds like some fanboy bullshit he just said, right? Let's see who our good friend Gene Park is. Let's see, Grinders. Let's see who this guy is. Gene Park. Oh, he changed the name to Gene Park Souls. Jesus. Oh, look at this. He's the Washington Post game reporter. Aw, how cute. How cute. Let's see what you say. The overriding question of Forbidden West left me with, when will this prospective audience grow tired of the conversations that underwrite so many go and save the world adventure games? Oh, it sounds like you got your panties in a bunch about save the world games. Oh, I wonder. That sounds a little favoritism to some other genre where they kind of just drop your ass in a world where you don't even know what the fuck the story is, and you go explore. Oh, so you don't like the save the world games? I see. Oh, okay, I see.
I don't know. Washington Post gave the first Horizon an 8, but then they gave the sequel, which is better in every way, a 7. That kind of contradicts itself in a lot of ways.
Post. New bullshit comes out.
A lot of these guys who give it a 7 or below, to me, and I'm saying this and I'm saying this as a person who is gaming, as a person who loves the game. They're frauds.
It's frauds, yeah.
They are. I'm not
even clicking on their website
because I don't give a shit to even read what they got to say. I see enough right here to know that it's oozing with bullshit if I click on that link, and that's exactly what they want me to do. They want me to click on that link and get that click and get that bitch money for them because they think that they're. And I'm not saying that some people may not like the game and give it a bad review, but it's just interesting how
Daily Spy
you got your review and then you got the same fucking clown coming over here going, it's a one and done, but Elden Ring is my life, and then changing your name to this thing. Bias much?
Daily Spy gave the first game an 8. They gave the first game an 8, but in the second one, would they give it a 6 or something like that? How?
Yeah. Bias much.
That makes no sense. There's something wrong with the process that they're reviewing over there at their company. Maybe they're like, hey, you know what? We'll give this game to the guy who really doesn't like open world games. We'll have him review it. But I don't know how you give the first game an 8, and then you give the sequel, which is better in every single way. You give it a 6.
Exactly.
How does that actually work?
Yeah.
There's something weird. That's why I say, as much as I think a lot of you don't want to give Metacritic as much clout as you know as they should have, but there's a process that's wrong, and it's the review process with these companies that's wrong. They've proven that they are going to sit there and say, "Shit, we got to champion on something else because we can't make this game look favorable because our fucking company that we love, our console that we love, is not doing what it needs to do. So you know what? Let's shit on their game." Because I do believe you got some of that happening. There's some fanboy bullshit going on with the reviews.
There is.
You know,
that's the point. Exactly.
It'd be like if you had a guy who was all about PlayStation and all you played with PlayStation Nintendo games, and then Halo Infinite comes out, he gives it a fucking 3. That game is obviously not a 3. You know what I'm saying? The game obviously is. There's some issues. Oh shit, we're getting into Elden Ring.
Yep, we're getting into Elden Ring. I'm looking at these reviews now. Let's see Washington Post game. I'm sure you got a glorious review.
What's the worst review on there? I want to see the worst review on there.
There's a lot of in progress. The worst reviews are 90. There's no yellows.
Worst reviews are 90.
There's not one yellow for it.
No, and you know what?
Not one yellow. 51 critic reviews. Washington Post is not even on here.
The fact that this game has the lowest is a 90, there's a problem. And I'm man, I can't wait to get in. I'm gonna rip this game apart. Even though I'm loving this game, I'm gonna rip it a new one.
Yeah, and the thing is, I remember, and know what's funny is that I'll go back to here when we were doing
Not one mixed review. There's a fucking
not
problem
one mixed
with
review.
the
No,
review process.
look at this. Ready? And remember this infamous review right here. Halo Infinite isn't perfect. It has its foibles and struggles here and there, but it's a slam dunk. 100. VG 24/7.
There's a problem with the process, man.
What the fuck are we doing here? Like, what is going on here with the media and the game reviewing? I don't understand it.
I'm
Like,
gonna tell you what.
Frog, is it
it,
journalism
man. You can't
or is
trust
it
it.
just a bunch of fanboys just reviewing what they like? Because it
You
seems
can-
like,
Yeah, that's what it
let me
is.
just say here,
That's
it
what
seems
it
like
is.
with Horizon, Frog, let me
These-
do this with Horizon. I think they got this Horizon review. They wanted to knock that shit out real quick so they could jump into Elden Ring. And they kind of just ran through it.
Yep.
Not feeling it.
Not even that.
They didn't even. Most of them didn't finish. Well, I don't know about Horizon, but I know a lot of them didn't finish Elden
There's a
Ring.
lot of reviews that said they did not finish Elden Ring, and they scored it.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
They
Yeah,
scored it.
they scored
Oh,
it.
that guy? Oh,
You
man, I got
can
that
do a
guy too.
preview, but I wouldn't do a review on a game you
No.
didn't finish.
The reviews, there's a problem.
Oh,
with
but you see the
reviews.
clown that did it? It's the guy that made that stupid bike game that doesn't shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, man! You're talking about that
That dev,
the
that
bike,
Game Pass guy.
The
that must
bike
have
is
Phil
dragging
Spencer's
the
dick
guy,
so
and
far
the bike
his
is
ass.
like
Coming out
the
of his
guy
nose.
speaking. The guy speaking, he's Spanish, and the bike is talking to him.
No. This guy, where is he? I don't even think.
No,
I
is that the game you're talking about, right?
The guy, here he is.
It's on
This
Xbox,
clown.
right? Am I?
Mike Ross. Here he is. Fucking. I don't even have the freaking circus sound here. But here he goes. You don't need to finish a game to review it, and your editors shouldn't be asked to do that, especially when it would destroy you to do so. In my 8 years of reviewing video games, I
Wow.
probably finished around
It's your
10% of
job.
them. And in my opinion, we're
Yeah.
rarely out of line with the others.
Yeah, I blocked that dude. I
Are you
very
fucking
rarely
kidding
block
me?
anybody, but Mike Ross, if you're listening, you're a fucking ass clown.
Well, I obviously in his 8 years of reviewing games, he doesn't review games anymore. Now he just makes Game Pass bullshit. That's what he does now.
He's a fucking ass clown. The fact that you say you don't need to finish a game to review it, no. You may not need to finish a game to give an impression of it, but to completely review a game, when you see that fucking title screen running and you sit back and you look at the experience you had this game, that's when you review it.
Well, he doesn't review games anymore, obviously, because
You should not be throwing up number reviews or even no. And then his excuse is, if it's an 80-hour game, you don't have the time. Well, don't fucking review it then.
Well, if they give it to you, if they give it to you like 2 days before it's due,
then you know what? It's a real
well, then I'm
progress.
not. And what they do is they turn it back on the publishers because they go, well, if you give me the review copy a day before and tell me I got to get the embargo the next day, you don't give me time, then I'm not going to give you time. And it's like, who wins in that situation?
Just because the embargo, but Jez, just because the embargo is lifted doesn't mean you have to put out an incomplete game.
Exactly.
They just want, you know what?
But they want the clicks, the money. They got to get the review out with everybody else.
Jazz. They want traffic to their site. That's what they fucking want.
They don't want to put a review out
traffic.
a week later and not get the hits. They want those day one hits when the embargo lifts and everybody else drops it and their website's sitting there with their balls in their hand. That's why they want the money. They want the hits. But they go, you don't give me time, I don't give you time. And they kind of blame it back on the publishers. But what they don't realize is like, you don't work for the publishers. You work for the reader. And you should do what's best for your readers. You shouldn't be vindictive and go like, well, you gave me 2 days to review your game. I'm not finishing it. I'm just going to do whatever I can in 2 days, and I'm going to put out a number, and that's what you get. See you on Metacritic, bitch. And meanwhile, you're being vindictive to the publisher and at the mercy of your reader, of your followers, of the people that give you a goddamn name. You should be representing the gamer and want to know what's best for us. You could put a disclaimer in there, review in progress. You know what I find very interesting is why with Twitch and YouTube, they don't review the game live with people asking questions as they're reviewing the game. Well, what happened?
Yes.
Like, I think that would be such a great interactive way to kind of review the game and play it with the fan. I think that would have even more value
You know
than
what,
your
Jez?
bullshit little
I think the
dissertations on Metacritic that say like it's a one and done game, 90 on Metacritic. Why don't you do a review live with people?
You know what, Jez? I think that you should have to have even these review sites. I think whatever PlayStation you have that you played that game on, or Xbox or Switch or whatever, you should have to log in with your online identity so we can see how many hours you played that game. So we can fact check you because I think
they're not gonna do that.
they're not going to do that, but I think that's a big problem too. A lot of these websites are throwing numbers out their ass, and you're getting people who are writing. This is the other problem. You're having a person write a review that hadn't played the game, but they're listening to the person who played it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that shit's happening. That means G4 admitted it.
Exactly.
You know, so
G4 was doing the same thing. Like
I can tell you my feeling about it, but I wouldn't want you, Jazz, to be like, oh well,
scared.
I don't want you, Jazz, to write it for me and then tell everybody this is what you feel about it because you listened to me.
The writers are reviewing it, and then they write the script for me the talking head, to read it. You didn't even play the goddamn game. Somebody else played it, and they're just telling you what their opinion is, and you just read it because you're the person behind the camera. Like, what are we, like, I don't understand it. There's
a problem.
In this day and age, with such transparency that we could come on here, have 160 people watching us and tell them what we think of a game. And you would think that these clowns on these media sites and all this other stuff would actually take even a more affirmative approach and more of kind of making sure that they are professional about it. They just seem to devolve into something that's worse than the crumb side of YouTube. You got a stupid idiot going, instead of saying they're both great games, or like, Horizon just didn't do it for me, but Elden Ring does. You go, Horizon's a one and done, but Elden Ring is like a Skyrim. Oh, you mean a glitchy fucking mess that you got to the charm of the glitchy fucking mess? That's acceptable. But
that's
holy shit,
bad.
If there's a fucking bush that's in the sky in Horizon, not polished.
You can't drop Elden Ring on any PC. I don't care what graphics card you have.
Where they play,
you can drop the resolution all the way down to 720, and you still cannot get a stable 60.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but it's a perfect. The game. And you know what's funny? I thought they would have learned their lesson after the goddamn yellow chairs and Cyberpunk hype. I thought they would learn their friggin' lesson, but they didn't. They've been waiting for this game for 2 goddamn years, and this game had to be 10s out of 10s. Otherwise, their justification for hyping this game up probably would have been in question. And probably that's what they did. They built their website on the hype for Elden Ring, most anticipated game. And then when the game comes out, they go, oh, it lived up to everything that I expected it to, but I'm going to look the other way on all these glitches and bugs that people can't play. I lost my save in it.
There's no way no one encountered any issues.
Yeah.
Which some people did talk about it in their reviews that Elden Ring was having some performance issues. But it wasn't touched on enough. And especially with a company, especially the company has a history of games that do not run very well. So
there you go.
It's not like you're going into this knowing that their previous works have had issues. So you should already be kind of looking for it,
Yeah.
Yep.
And this whole finishing games has come up a lot of times about like they don't feel like to finish games. And what's interesting is that this whole like they think, and then they drop these things. And I'm not saying it's because Horizon got 6s and 7s on some of these reviews and Elden Ring didn't. But I just feel that there is not a unified approach to how they are reviewing games. And they're reviewing games with a bias to what they like and what they can tolerate. And with some games, their tolerability is very low. So if they see something, they kind of roll their eyes going like, I don't feel like this. I don't feel like this. And they kind of dig points away from it. And other ones, they go, oh, I'm so hyped for this game. Oh, well, don't worry about that guy flickering in the background. I love this game. This game's incredible. And their tolerability level changes because of their fandom. They don't approach it from a neutral gamer, from a consumer that may not know a lot about it, or a consumer that may not be into it. And I feel that there was a thing with Elden Ring. And Frog, I'll let you take the stage and just talk about Elden Ring. But the thing with Elden Ring, I feel, is that it's like this group of people that really love these kind of From Software games, just like the club. And they're telling people this is the one to jump in on, because if you don't like game, like they seem like they want to recruit.
They're lying.
They're lying because this is
Straight
not
lying.
anything different.
This game is very challenging, just like any other From Software game.
Still
And
fucking
if you haven't tried those games because you don't like that type of difficulty or you just get frustrated with it, this is not going to be any easier for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But they're trying to recruit people to enjoy this genre. You know, like, hey, you know, not this genre is not niche and all this other stuff. But hey, let's get more people to enjoy this genre. This is the one to jump in on. And I feel like that's where a lot of the inflation of the scores come from for these From Software games, because they kind of want to recruit and build up this like for this kind of genre that they created. And the one point I just wanted to make is that when other people try to do this, like Sifu is challenging, Returnal is challenging, they they're taken down in points. Why is this so hard? This don't need to be this. This needs to be this. And it's like, but do you understand? They're trying to take some of the likability of these roguelikes and some of these things with experience and these challenges and incorporate it in a different way. That should be kind of rewarded. That should be kind of, look, like we talk about moving the gaming industry forward. You look at Horizon Forbidden West and shows how incredible open world games can be and how alive they can be and how you can improve on the first game and take it to the next level. Like, I think it's like an Uncharted 1 to an Uncharted 2 type thing. The way they've taken this to the next level for open world games with side missions. They took a little bit of what The Witcher does. They took some from Uncharted. They improved on the combat. They improved on the AI. They improved on the world. They're moving the industry forward in what potential there is. Like, as I'm playing this game, I'm saying I can imagine devs sitting there looking at this going, oh, wow, look what they did with that skybox. Oh, wow, look at the detail that they did with this animation, with this thing and that. And inspires a developer to want to do something with their game. That's how the gaming industry moves forward. You know, the stuff Phil talks about, he thinks putting cloud on everything is moving the industry forward. Maybe for Microsoft, but not for gaming. You're playing this game, and just like what Link said, like, it gets you excited about what's going to come if they're doing this so early now. So when you see other people trying to take elements of, like, From Software games and putting it in their game, you shouldn't be like, oh, you're just stealing from the goat. You're just stealing from the goatee. You're just stealing from Software. They came up with this thing. This has no reason to have rogue elements in this game. This game is too hard. But when From Software does it in Elden Ring, when you walk out there and somebody smacks you in the head and you die, it's like, oh, I'm so giddy. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to try again. Ooh. But if another game did that, you're like, oh, -5 points. This is bullshit. It doesn't need to be this hard. Why does that occur? What's the fucking, like, what is that? Now, Frog, give us your real review of what you've played with Elden Ring. I played about an hour, 45 minutes, and I lost my save. So I've been playing more Horizon. I can't get pulled from it, even though I got Elden Ring. I played about an hour. It's neat. I like it. I'm not hating on it. It's not this walk-in Elden, like, you know, nothing. It's From Software game. That's what it is. But, Frog, talk about it.
All right,
hit that like button, grinders. Frog is gonna grind some gears.
Man, I'm gonna go in on this game, and if you're a From Software fan, you're gonna feel me. If you are a From Software fan, you're gonna feel me. If you're a true gamer, you're probably gonna feel me too. You're probably gonna be like, yo, he's speaking truth. There is a definite problem with the reviews in this game. The reason I was the podcast started at 8 something. I forgot because I'm fucking playing this game because it's fucking addictive. Now, with that being said, it's very addictive for anybody who's a Souls fan. They can fucking tell you this game is absolutely incredible from a Souls fan perspective. I want people to hear what I'm saying. From a Soul fan perspective, it's fucking absolutely addictive. It's amazing. I've never played such a vast open world in a Souls game like this. This game is just fucking incredible for a Souls game. But with that said, and I want to leave it at that. With that said, there's a problem with the reviews. There's a problem with that how people have taken this game and it's got these 9s and ups, not 8s, not 7s. there should be some mixed reviews with this game, right? Now, from a gaming perspective, from a gaming standpoint, what this game basically does that no other Souls game is this, or this world is huge. I mean, it's absolutely freaking huge. I can't stress how big. I mean, I've been playing. I got over 25 hours in this game. I'm a level. Let's see, what level am I? I'm level 50. I got over 25 hours. I'm fucking just chopping things down and just beating at it. I'm like, yo, every time I think I've seen something, a lot of people are saying the same thing. I'm like, oh shit, there's something new. Like, I'm going to parts of the world that I've never seen. I'm like, yo, how the fuck do I get out of this? This game is fucking absolutely incredible in that sense, right? The biggest problem I have with this game is you guys gave this game 9s and fucking 10s, and it's like you guys didn't say, it's like you guys just forgot to say, hey, this game still running on these current gen consoles looks like a fucking last gen game. From it just looks cleaner. It looks like a last gen game from the perspective of just what it is. Like, it looks like a very clean PS4 or Xbox One game, and nobody's really saying it. People want to lie to themselves. Even the Souls guys and girls that are fucking huge fans of this, don't lie to yourself. Like, this game is not. After seeing Horizon, after seeing Ratchet, after seeing, no, there's no way you can look at this game and say, damn, this is absolutely stunning on every level. No, it's not. What's stunning about it is this fucking huge open world. It's like, yo, I've never played anything like this from Souls. But what really pisses me off is like the things that nobody's saying. Same fucking animations as far as backstabs. And like I said, from a Souls perspective, I picked this up, I immediately know how to do a backstab. Immediately know how to do a backstab. I immediately would do R was the heavy button. This game hasn't changed much. And if I won't say you knock it because of that, but when you're going from this game, and I think Link said it, when you went from this game back to Horizon, you can tell that Horizon is the new generation. That's a game in a different generation. This game, just from the standpoint of its graphics alone, it's a higher res, slightly better textured Xbox and PS4 game. It really is. And why isn't anybody saying anything about that? Why are people not saying anything about that? And I think it's because they're like, fuck, we say anything about it, and we talk about people and the fucking game they love, people are going to shit on us.
But I heard, Frog, that From Software games are like, that's not their strong point is graphics. I think I heard that with Halo Infinite.
No, see, and here's my thing. That is a true statement, but you can't make that the excuse. And I'm tired of people making. I've heard so many people say that. I would say you can't make that excuse and say, well, just because they haven't been a. Look, let me tell you this. After playing Demon Souls, I expected this game to look like a Demon Souls. And I know people are gonna shit and say, "Hey, Frog," but that's a first-party game. You can't expect. But they set a level like you let a studio come out here and take a game that they didn't make. They set a precedence for how your game should look and play at a stable 30 and a stable 60. And you guys come back and say, "Hey, we hear you. We want your game to be better, but we're gonna give you something." If I'm not mistaken, this is the 7th, 8th game they've done in this series. How do you come out with this game and you still don't have a locked frame rate on the current technology we have? It's not the game. It's actually, to me, the developers. They're bad at freaking. They miss. Excuse me. They do so many things they miss the mark on, and nobody's calling them out for it. People are just saying, "Well, I'm a Souls fan. I played it 9, 10s, 9, 10s." Why doesn't anybody say, "Yo, can you guys from software make a locked game with the frame rate?" That's part of the problem right there, right? The fucking frame rate isn't locked. The only way you can play this game at a really fucking good frame rate is the PS4 version on the PS5.
That's crazy.
And then, yeah, you got to deal with your checkerboard 1800p, but at least the fact of the matter is you're getting a locked 60. How do we in this day and age take a game like this and say, fuck it, 10 out of 10. Doesn't have any problems when I got the same backstab in it. Dude,
you have
the
more
sound
problems with it saying that's a 10 out of 10 than saying it's not a bad game, but it's not a 10 out of 10.
No, it's not a. It's not a. And people. Look, anybody in the chat that doesn't understand, I'm saying, I don't want to say go F yourself, right? I don't want to. The reason I don't want to say that is because maybe you just don't understand what I'm talking about. But when you're taking a game, you're giving it a 10 out of 10 from a developer who's made 7 or 8 games in the series, and every sound sounds the same, from the backstab to the freaking. Oh my god, this fucking boss man. Every sound you sounds the same. Like, this is really nothing to differentiate the sound design between this and like the rest of their games. Like, I'm fighting bosses, I'm doing things. I'm like, yo, why does this sound the same? Like, every fucking sound is the same. Everything is the same.
Yeah, Brian V asked the question. He goes, in your guys' opinion, what's more impressive from what From Software did with this game or what Bluepoint did with Demon Souls? I think that's a good question. Frog, what do you think?
Bluepoint is definitely more impressive.
You think? Even though they had the code and stuff, like what they did with that game, right?
There's no way in shape or form I can sit here and tell, okay, I just fucking died because this boss is ridiculous. But so let me focus on my conversation. So there's no way, shape, or form that I'm going to sit here and tell anybody what Bluepoint did with Demon Souls is not impressive. They took and they did different. Let me tell you something. Oh my god, it just pisses me off. This game doesn't even use the DualSense.
Yeah,
doesn't even use it. I'm walking through grass on the horizon. I can feel every fucking
Demon Souls
bullshit things I'm taking. Yeah, Demon Souls uses it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I feel like From Software, and this is my thing. What I feel like From Software did with this game, as far as the game, they shouldn't have called it Elden Ring. They should have just called it Dark Souls 4. A lot of people said, oh, they couldn't do that because the lore and all that. Fuck that. Nobody understands that. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Fuck
that.
Nobody
story was glossed over. It's like I'm like, this is Lord of the Rings. Like, that was the other thing. Like, the problem that I had from my beginning with it is that there's no great story for it to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, it's just like, rise. You have the ring, you need a mistress. And I'm just like, I guess the story unfolds. After coming from Horizon, which is such a narrative game, like, you want to do stuff because the game is engaging you this way. This one, it's like, why? If you could run around everybody, why would you want to fight the big demon that's walking around that's going to kill you in one swoop? Like, why? What is the purpose?
Well,
is like,
yeah, well, I was gonna get into that. My thing is,
just to
my
challenge
take from
yourself.
This,
like, what's the story element that I'm just gonna hit this guy that's
hello?
standing in the forest? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I could be heard. What I was gonna say is, like, the take from this, if you take the soul aspects away from this game, right? And they went in, Leaving Link said it, like, they tried to go on and say, oh, it's an easier game. No, this game is fucking still difficult. I'm on this fucking boss. It's like a rock. It looks like a fucking half rock, half pincher bug, half freaking donkey. It's ridiculous, right? This game is still fucking difficult. That it doesn't take away the difficulty factor, which when you play this game, anybody who is a Souls fan, I'm going to say this from the beginning, a Souls fan is going to absolutely fucking love this game. And it's such a good thing for Souls fans, right? But in that same token, what I'm saying is graphic performance, the dialogue, the story, the animation, the sound, open world density, the traversal, controls. It's all the fucking same thing we've seen in every Souls game from the beginning. Nothing has changed except for, hey, I can jump now. Oh, and by the way, hey, dude, there's so many problems I have with this game that they didn't talk about where you got a crouch button that's dedicated to the freaking L3 click stick.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
annoying.
The stupidest
that's why I want to
fucking place
sprint with
to
that.
put a crouch button.
Yeah, I want to sprint and I'm crouching.
There's so many times where I'm trying to sprint and I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking crouching. You know why? Because every fucking game that has a sprint button in there, that's what the fucking sprint button is.
Yeah.
That's muscle memory. Every fucking game that you can sprint in, you sprint, you click the L3 in and you sprint. Why the fuck didn't From Software get the fucking memo that says, oh shit, we've been doing this for over
you do the opposite.
25. Look, we've been having a sprint button since the original Xbox and PS2. I mean PS2 era. Why are we still fucking putting the fucking crouch button on a fucking button like this Metal Gear Solid? That's why I fucking hate Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I
games.
think you sprint with R1, right? It's R1 or
L1. No, you sprint, dude. You got to hold the circle down.
Circle, that's what it was. A circle, yeah.
And then there's another thing. You got so many buttons on the controller; it can do so many different things. You freaking put the circle button, and like this is a problem I've always had with from software games. You got so many things attached to one button. You got a shitload of things to attach to triangle, a shitload of things to attach to circle, and guess what? If you versus if you tap it, if you hold it, if you tap it, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
How do you guys get the memo? Like,
dodge.
You guys, this is your 8th game, technically in the Souls franchise. How do you guys get the memo? Like, you guys made more than one Souls game. You guys have done this before. So a Souls, let's not say a definite Souls game, but a Souls-like game, right? I just don't get how reviewers are, and like I said, most of these reviewers are probably just like guys who love Souls games, right? So I guess I understand the 10s and the 9s, right? But why aren't you guys putting in that 10s and 9? Same controller. Don't expect anything different. Graphics basically look like if you're playing on PS5 and Series X and S, this expected game to look like a very cleaner version of his little brother and little sister. Same dialogue, cryptic stories, same animation.
Who are you says, you know what's worse? If you crouch and then press the run button, you don't just run. You have to actually stand up.
You have to stand up to
crouch.
See what I'm saying? There's so many problems with this game that nobody's talking about, but you give it a perfect 10.
But especially
this game is not a perfect 10, right?
Especially in a game that requires precision and combat. You go one step and you die. Like you think
Jess, you know what I've heard a lot of people say, and I've heard so many people say the same thing. And at first I started thinking about, I was like, would I really feel like this? And I said, no, I can't. So many people say, well, I can forgive it because it's a Souls game.
Exactly.
I can forgive it because
that's what drove me crazy. I'm like,
and I just heard everybody complain
about seafood being too hard.
That mentality of thinking is really bad. You can't forgive something just because it's something you like. Halo, I fucking went in on Halo. Why did I go on Halo? It's because it's a franchise I love and I like, and I want to see better from it. And look, let's be honest. This game, like I said, it sounds like I'm contradicting myself because this game is absolutely amazing for a Souls game, for a Souls fan. But the needle it really moves is it's a big ass open world that I'm exploring. That I'm like, holy shit, what's over here? Holy shit, what's that over there? Holy shit, and it's in that Souls universe. But when I really take a step as a gamer and look at my Spider-Mans, my freaking Demon Souls, my freaking Horizon, my Ratchet and Clanks, I'm like, yo, it's not even on that level. It's nowhere near to be on that level as far as what you think the next generation of a game should be.
It doesn't look that bad. I was worried about that when I booted it up. I'm like, it doesn't look that bad, but it definitely does not look like a next gen.
No. It by no means looks that bad, right?
Yeah.
It by no means looks that bad, and everybody keeps giving an excuse. Well, From Software is not known for their. Stop saying that. When you say that, you sound like a fucking moron. You know why you sound like a moron? You say, well, they're not known for their. You should want them to be better.
Yeah.
We've seen so many games come out in the first year of the PS5 and series systems. Why would you even make that excuse for them? You should want them to be better. How does a developer take a game that they made and make that game look better than the game they come up with now?
Exactly.
Like if you and Link said it, you go from this game to Horizon. You know Horizon is in that next generation
from Horizon
game.
1 to Horizon 2, they made it better. Like it wasn't like, that's Guerrilla.
And
they
just
make pretty games are shallow. Like, you imagine, Frog, we came here and we're like, well, Horizon's just like the first one. It's just a pretty looking game, but it's shallow. But that's Guerrilla, It's a Guerrilla game. That's what they do.
What makes this game a problem is the review process that a lot of these guys are going on because they're Souls fans. As a Souls fan, and I'm playing, I understand how they're giving 9s and 10s. I get it. But on the flip side, also, when I'm looking at this game and I'm playing, I'm like, hey, why is nobody talking about the control scheme is really kind of fucked up? Why is nobody saying there's not a stable frame rate? The only way to play it stable is, and I'll be honest, like I started on the PS4 version, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm playing this game. I like the stable frame rate. And then all my friends are playing on PS5, and they're like talking about the quality of the picture, and I'm like, yo, I don't really see how. And I went
It
to the
doesn't
PS4,
change
and
too
it
much
does
from
look
quality
better.
to performance.
It does look better, right? I'm not gonna say it doesn't look better in the PS5. It definitely does. But that fucking, and I'm playing in performance mode on PS5, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking killing me. Like, what are we really doing here? That we're like, it's okay. It's not a big deal. No, it's a huge deal. People should be saying something about this. How does this game get nothing? The lowest score is a 9 still, and how are we sitting here saying this is okay? Is because it's from software? They get a pass.
Yeah.
They're getting a pass. You got from software. This is not your first freaking pony show, horse and pony show. You got a game, and the game is absolutely not a flop. It's not a failure. This game
You're my number
is
one customer.
It's a love letter to Souls fans. That's what it is. But the Souls fans need to speak up. Get this frame rate locked on both modes.
The Game Night 123 with the super chat. Thank you. He has some grinding of gears. He goes, I have no problem with crouching and holding circle to crouch run faster to backstab an enemy. That's simple. I would have liked an option to compare weapons.
You can compare weapons.
You can?
Yeah. So when you go over, when you're with a weapon you have equipped, just go over another weapon and click in the R3. They don't tell you this shit. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that the game doesn't tell you.
You click on R3.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't tell you. It says,
but
it
that's
says
the
compare.
charm of the game. It's the charm.
But the problem is, this is the same. This game, it has the same mechanic. It does everything the same as every other Souls game, except for the open world.
Yeah.
That's the biggest oh shit moment, is that open world. And a lot of people, I think I heard BG say, he was like, oh, I'm tired of people comparing everything to Breath of the Wild. Well, I can understand why they do compare this to Breath of the Wild in a lot of senses, because this game, in a sense of you're going out there and it's like go. It doesn't tell you where to go. Not really. I think I get that comparison. Like there's nothing on the map. You don't know what's around the next corner. Nothing is marked. You can put markers on the map to say, oh shit, I see a weapon over here I want. I saw an enemy over here. I think I put. You can put little things on the map yourself.
Yeah.
But nothing in this game gives you definitive. Go from this place to this place. There's nothing that really gives you that.
Oh,
and I think that is interesting. But what I also say is, like, I'm playing this game and I can't help but to look at this game. And I'm like, this does just look like a clean PS4 or Xbox version of the game. Like that's really still inconsistent frame rate wise. For over a year, I've been playing a lot of games.
There are games on the PS4 that look way better than this game.
Yes, and that's
Horizon on there is looks better.
That's the point.
You can take a game like The Order 1886. You can take a game like Killzone. I mean, there are a lot of games that look way better than this thing graphically.
Right.
But
this game is the game. Nobody in the review community is saying anything about hey, the definitive performance problems.
Yeah.
People expecting them to get this performance. They will improve the performance, but people expecting a lot of 60 frames, you will not get it. They've never given that to us. So they've never done that with any of their games. The performance is always subpar. So they're not going to fix the game to the point where the performance is very stable. I don't see it because they haven't given it to us in the past, so I don't expect that now.
Do you think it's their game engine?
I mean, they could on the console. They could definitely get the game if they lower the resolution ceiling. On the floor, if they dropped it to 1440p, they could probably get a lock 60 frames on the PS5.
But Frog,
I agree.
Guys, I want to say
they're not going to do it.
The question that Game Night was asking, and who all you clarified it, says you can't compare weapons or armor in a shop with ones that you already equipped. So they kind of
I get what you're saying.
That's what Game Night was referring to. That's weird because that's something you should do in a shop compared to when you want to buy something or upgrade something.
Like I said, this game does a lot for what the Souls fans want. But there's a point.
I think that's the key right there, Frog. I think you said it right there. This does a lot for what the Souls fans wanted. This is that's what I've heard too. This is a next evolution of a Souls game. Like It's
Yes.
I was saying this on Mooch's. A shout out to Mooch. I was on Crossfire on Friday. I was like, it's funny because it's almost like how when we went from Super Mario Brothers to like Mario Brothers 3D, and it's just like, hey, this is what the next evolution of the Mario Brothers game is going to be. Now he's in this 3D world, and and now you basically got the Souls thing, which was very linear and very kind of, you got to get by that guy who's blocking that door. You have to fight him. And if you're not skilled up enough to fight him, you're going to die. Where here, it's like, I don't have to go through that door. I could just go down this way and have that freedom. And I kind of like that from somebody who doesn't play a lot of Souls games. Like, I like that idea where I could kind of use stealth and sneaking, kind of like the open world tropes that you can do. Even though like the stealth is not really implemented very well, like it's not like Horizon style, like any other stealth game. Like they still kind of see you, but you could sneak around and approach them from like the side or kind of race up on them, which is different than a Souls game.
I mean, they've kind of done this, like they kind of look. Let me tell you something. Nobody said in any reviews like, "Hey, some of the enemies we've seen in this game are enemies you've seen in every Souls game we've ever made." I saw a crab, same from a Souls game. I saw a Bloodborne dog. I saw a dog.
Like, they said the same animations from them.
Look,
like the same.
There are new enemies, but every enemy that's from the game we previously saw in the Souls franchise. There's enemies from Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne. Every game they've created, with the exception probably like Sekiro, right?
Yeah.
So the 5 Souls games that we mainly know, right? I've seen enemies in this game that are the same from those games. Yeah. Why is nobody complaining about that?
Same fighting. People complain about the Horizon using the animation to swing down the thing. These are enemies that actually have the same attack patterns and the same attack cues that.
See what I'm saying, Jay? That's my whole point. People were talking about a sequel to a game as if it was a brand new IP or running series. Like you said, Horizon Forbidden West is basically like it's the Uncharted 2 of Horizon, right? It's that big of a leap, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this Elden Ring is basically Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne.
Breath of the Wild.
It's those 5 games. It's those 5 games all mushed together in a big ass open world. The fact that I'm backstabbing people and the animation sounds the same, I'm like, yo, this same animation. The fact that here's the thing. I'm not saying if it's broke, don't fix it. What I'm saying is like, you guys have really changed nothing except for giving me an open world. Even some of the weapons in the game I played with before. I've had some of the same weapons.
Even
some
the
of them are
menu
new.
system from Demon Souls, because I only play like Demon Souls and this, and I'm like, oh, they use the same menu system. Like
Same
the menu system
everything.
There's nothing stuff. Same thing.
Look, let me tell you, there's nothing different. Like and like I said, what makes this game so addictive is I am riding around on a horse in this open world, finding a dungeon here, finding a weapon here, finding a piece of the map here. And like I said, there are a lot of new enemies, but there's a lot of stuff that they've reused, and nobody's talking about that in their review. Everybody's like, "Oh, it gets a pass because it's an open world game."
But let me
it gets a pass, and I don't get that.
Let me ask you a question about like this game because I'm confused. Like I know there's beacons of light that actually guide you to where you got to go, but like,
yeah,
is there a cadence to how you should be like progressing through the game and what bosses to fight?
Okay,
it unlocks story elements, or is there a lot of and no real story?
Yes.
It's just like killing bosses again. Like
there's a story to this game, and actually.
Okay.
I was gonna say Elden Ring is a little bit easier. The story's a little bit easier to digest than a lot of Souls games. Okay. So when you get to the Grace, which I still call them bonfires, which they should have just kept bonfires in this game.
Yeah,
all they fucking are is
okay.
All the Grace are, in my opinion, everything is tied to that big fucking golden tree. So if anybody doesn't know, and it's not a spoiler because I only had 25 hours
to the base of that tree.
Yeah, I only have 25 hours in this game, but I can clearly tell that everything in this game is tied to that gigantic tree. Everything is.
Gaming Night says it's recycle ring.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's not a bad thing. But here's the thing. It's not a bad thing if you're talking about this in your reviews and your mention is, hey, you're gonna see some of the same enemies. You're gonna hear some of the same sounds. You're gonna do. No reviewers talking about this. They act like this is a brand new game and everything you see is brand new. And they're giving a lot of people who, and this is what I'll say, this is the good and bad. They're giving, with these scores, they're giving people the impressions who've never played the Souls game. This is the Souls game. This is the place you start to play Souls games. If you played the Souls game and you didn't like it and you thought it was hard and you jump into this one, you're still going to get destroyed. You're still going to get destroyed. And you're going to be like, holy shit, it's the same. If you've ever played the Souls game, this is the same game with a huge open world with basically a clean resolution on your PS5 and your Series X. And the shit, the PC guys, I think the PC guys are having just as much problem as the console guys.
Yeah.
We're running around with a resolution, that I think is dynamic probably, right? You're running around with a frame rate that seems like it goes anywhere from 40 to 60, depending on what you're doing. If you're in a cave, you're good. You seem like you can almost hit like 60.
I noticed that.
If you're in that open world, go fuck yourself. You're not hitting 60.
Yeah.
And my whole problem is like, I'm looking at this guy when I first exit this building. I see this guy on his horse, and I'm looking at the grass, and I can see the grass. It's like real fuzzy looking. You know what it looks like? You know what it looks like? I'm gonna tell you like this. It looks like, okay, like Horizon Zero Dawn has its frame rate mode, right? There's 60 frames and 1800p checkerboard dynamic. It looks like it's like half of that. Yeah. Take half of that and just slice it down to half. And that's what you got going a graphical pool. There's not a lot of texture to rocks. There's not a lot. Look, like I said, I'm walking through grass. You're supposed to hide in bushes, and the grass is clipping through my actual body. So what I'm saying is, I've seen this in every friggin' Souls game. It doesn't mean it's a horrible fucking game, right? But what it means is when I'm looking at a 97, which is very fucking hard to get, it confuses me how this game got a 97, and you got other games that have done it better. Like, by all intents and purposes, right? I don't want to be that guy to shit on games, but let's just take some open world games which come out recently, right? Let's take Elden Ring. Let's take Horizon, Forbidden West. Let's take fucking Pokemon, and let's take Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah, that Pokemon game. How's that?
Hold on, and let's put them side by side, right? And let's see who looks better, who's done something drastically different.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Pokemon is all the way at the bottom tier. Like, that game looks like fucking shit. It looks like fucking dog shit.
You see the new starting characters they got in that? The duck?
It looks like dog shit. Dog shit.
Hey, it's running on that
Now, I'm not saying it's not a good game, but looking at that Switch game, that game looks like dog shit. I'm not saying it is dog shit. It looks like dog shit.
Billions. It's going to sell billions.
So let's go ahead and take the Halo Infinite. Well, Halo Infinite's world is pretty... Halo Infinite's world is pretty bare bones.
Yes.
There's not a lot going on in that game.
And pipe cleaner
Massive
trees.
amount of popping.
Pipe cleaner trees. Holy Spirit, activate.
Yeah.
Holy Spirit. Pipe cleaner
my
trees.
whole thing is, I'm looking at Elden Ring is like, you guys have been working on this game for a long time. You even mentioned like, damn, we saw what Demon Souls did, and we're like, shit, we need to be there. Well, you're not there. You guys aren't there. Yeah. Not graphically, not frame rate wise. There's a problem, and then this is why I say you can clearly tell that when you're looking at reviews, you can clearly tell that there's something wrong with the industry and how these guys review. You got motherfuckers, and the reason I'm hyped on this Elden Ring thing is because I'm more hyped on the people who are reviewing it than the game itself. The game has its issues, but it's super fucking addictive for anybody that's a Souls fan. 25 hours in, level 50, I can't fucking stop playing it. I wake up, I want to play it. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But that's not me going on Twitter and saying, hey, Miyazaki, pay for stuff. What the fuck is wrong with this frame rate?
Yeah, well.
Get this shit locked.
So,
I'm fighting the boss. Let me tell you,
I got a 10 out of 10. I'm going to brunch.
Let me tell you, and I know everybody who has played the Souls game has had the same fucking problem. I'm fighting the boss, and this motherfucker is huge. I'm just going to tell you, there's a fucking huge-ass boss in this game. And he's like this fucking stone-ass guy with a big-ass axe. And I'm fighting this motherfucker. And obviously his weak point is his legs because he's big as fuck. And I'm hitting his ankles, fucking tear his Achilles heel apart. He falls down. And the space that I'm fighting him on is smaller than the space that he is. And he's clipping into the fucking ground. I can't even execute him right. So I get fucking killed. There's a problem with this game. The same fucking cheesy-ass problems. Dude, I've gotten killed by a couple of balls where it's not my fault. It's the fucking game's fault. The boss is clipping, dude. The boss falls in the ground. He's clipping in the map. I can't see the fucking spot to hit him. It won't let me do the animation. How do we still have fucking problems in this day and age? And how is this game a fucking 10? This game cannot be a 10. It can't be a 9 even. Like, I just don't get how these guys sat there and reviewed this game and gave it nothing lower than not. Nobody saw this shit. 51 fucking websites. Nobody had a problem.
Not one person had a yellow. Not one person.
My fucking. I get on my PS5. I'm playing it. My power goes out because you live in Florida. Power goes out. Thunderstorms, whatever. Get back on my PS5. Whole motherfucking save is gone. Oh, you didn't turn off the right way. Your save is corrupted.
I know. I lost my save.
So from the fucking beginning, there's a problem with this game. Why is nobody having a conversation about this with these motherfucking punk ass reviewers? This is why, and on one hand, you don't want to fucking take reviewers serious, and on the other hand, you want to look and say, "Damn!" But the people who play Souls, everybody who plays Souls games, the Lucas, the BGs, they're going out to say, "Yo,
yeah." I was with Luca on Friday. She was talking about it. She's like, "It's a Souls game. Like it's not."
And
like
look,
anything...
I applaud these people who are fucking Souls fans. With the Jack move. There's so many people playing this game that love Souls games that are telling you, "Yo, there's a fucking problem with this, that."
Yeah.
There's no way you can knock a boss down, and he should be clipping into the environment where you can't see his body to do the fucking finishing move, and you get killed because of that. And I'm not saying that they don't know this, right? I'm pretty sure they know this, but I also can sit there and say,
why isn't the review is not being transparent enough?
From Software should be knocked points for a game not fucking running at a stable frame rate in 2020 on a PS5, a PC, and a Series X.
Frog,
you got fucking problems. You got problems that's a problem. You can't say, well, I give it a pass because it's a fucking From Soft game. I fucking love this game, but I'm like, yo, that frame rate, you don't get a pass. I'm getting killed because of frame rate problems. I'm getting killed because, some bullshit. I fought a boss. Oh my gosh, man. They got a boss in this game. If anybody, oh my gosh, no, they got a boss in this game from Dark Souls 3. Anybody knows the dancer from Dark Souls 3? He's in this motherfucking game. No surprise. What do? They recycle some of their fucking boss enemies. And I'm fighting this motherfucker. And because the frame rate drops, and I'm whacking his ass, I'm getting him. He's in the middle of open field wearing his big circle. I'm getting his ass. How does a frame rate drop? And it just drops. And guess what?
You die.
I get fucking killed. And we die at the same time.
There he is.
I get
5 alarm fire. Frog's grinding those gears.
How the fuck do I get killed and he gets killed at the same time? And guess what? I got to start the whole fucking boss battle back again. I got to pick up my souls. There's so many issues with this game. There's so many issues with this game that this game is not a 10. These guys that review this game, I don't know where the fuck you guys reviewed it. I don't know. Most of you guys even said we didn't beat it, and you're fucking clowns for that. The fact that you didn't beat it, and you're putting a review up there and putting a fucking score in there. You know why they're doing this? This is my thing. This is what I think. They're like, let me do this. They're doing it because they're Souls fans, and they're going to give this high. But you got to be a gamer also. Yes. You could be a fan of fucking Souls, and you can fucking badmouth, and you can still love the game. I love this game, but I absolutely have shitload problems with it. And the reviewers should know that. I mean, not the reviewers. The developers should know this shit because I want better from the fucking game. Because when your next game comes out, I'm going to look at you and say, yo, what are you doing for software? Same fucking backstabs. You didn't change that shit up. You're going to backstab and swing around and chop the head up. You did nothing new. Same fucking animations. Same sound design. Same fucking, there's a lot of things in this game. It's the same fucking thing. It makes it easy for a guy that plays Souls games to get it. But a guy who doesn't play Souls games and you got reviewers talking about, oh, Breath of the Wild, motherfuckers are buying the game thinking it's going to be a Breath of the Wild and they're getting destroyed and fucking bringing it back to GameStop and trading it in. You know why? Because you fucking lie in your reviews. You feed bullshit to the reviewers. I'm not saying give this game 6s or 7s. I'm saying tell the fucking truth. This game has a lot of technical problems.
Frog, they still want to see you go crazy, Frog. Nick says, tell Frogs that the Ascent is coming to the PS5.
Hey, oh my God, I saw that shit. I thought it was exclusive Xbox. Holy shit.
Dude, I told you, Frog's going wild, man. He's sprouting horns.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you guys. 25 hours in this game, I can't stop playing it. That's a good thing. But every time I've had, and I'm not looking for these fucking problems. They're there.
Elden Ringness.
Let me tell you, I'm always going to From Software on Twitter. Fix your fucking frame rate. Fix your fucking frame rate. Fix your fucking frame rate. That's the number one thing in this game. Fix your fucking frame rate. And like Link said, they may or may not do it.
They got 10 out of 10, man. They've
not been known to have a game have good frame pacing. And I just don't get how in 2020 you guys have been making games for a while. How does your game still not run a locked frame rate?
They will do the we heard you up.
You know, okay. They are lying because this game is extremely challenging. That it's not going, they're going to run into a boss, the first boss, and be like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So I don't recommend this game for anybody who doesn't like these type of games, these Souls games.
Thank you.
They don't like Dark Souls. They don't like Demon Souls. They don't like Bloodborne. They find them too challenging. They're going to feel the same way about this game. So I wouldn't recommend this to somebody who doesn't like these type of games.
Yeah.
Thank you,
and
Link.
I agree.
You know, I don't. And Link.
Oh, yeah, Frank.
I was going to say, Link. And what I say goes back to, as much as I have a lot of problems with this game is still absolutely fucking stunning for a Souls game.
Oh, it is. It's fun.
I get why you can say Breath of the Wild, right? Because they've taken a lot of things that Breath of the Wild did, and you can see it in this game. You can see where Skyrim has influenced this game. You can see where Breath of the Wild has influenced the game. But I can clearly see how Souls is still the main game. Call it Dark Souls 4. I would have been happy you called it Dark Souls 4. Don't call it Elden Ring. It's a whole new. People are like, well, it's the lore. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's Dark Souls 4 in open world. And I think my biggest problem, my biggest frustration is when I got into this game and I started playing it, and I was like, okay, graphically, it looks like a very solid, PS4 game that was brought over to a PS5. That's what it looked like, a very clean version of a PS4 game. But when I opened that fucking door coming out that cave and I got to the open world, my frame said 60 to 40 fucking frames per second. I was like, holy shit, I feel it. And then I'm running around the world and I can feel the stuttering. I'm like, yo, I just came from playing Horizon and one mode was 60 lock and the other one was 30 lock. I'm playing at 30 fucking frames lock, dynamic 4K, and you cocksuckers are telling me you can't even lock this bitch to 1440p 60. There's a fucking problem.
I mean,
there's a problem, dude.
You can look at a game like Demon Souls, right? What Blue Point did was their game is not only graphically impressive, but it runs very well in both modes. There's not really any frame drops. Or when you, like you said, when you go from a game coming from Horizon and playing this,
what the fuck? The Phil Ness here.
Dude, Phil Ness, he got a little. Phil's talking dirty, man. Called it an Elden cock ring.
I'm sorry.
Oh, damn.
That kind of surprised me. Cock ring.
Elden cock ring.
Shit.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I don't know what you guys just saw.
Hey,
it's what I put in the chat.
You know what? Look, I'm gonna tell you the best way to play this game. Get some sativa or some indica and just fucking smoke out and play this game. You're gonna have a great time, but you're gonna fucking scream. You know what I mean? The screaming in my house when I'm playing this game, I'm not screaming because I'm getting killed by bosses. I'm trash. I'm screaming because I'm like, yo, the fucking frame came from nowhere and I'm fucking getting destroyed. There's a fucking cocksucking boss, falls through halfway through the map. I can't see his fucking chest because he's so fucking much bigger than the platform I'm on. I can't fucking do the finisher, so he gets up and he stops me or hits me with his fucking axe or fucking blows fire me and kills me. That's not my fault.
Wow, bro. I have an image right here. It's pretty incredible. I don't know how this happened, but I got a picture of Herman Strong Jawline Holtz looking straight at Elden Ring. I don't know how this happened, but like the screen cap right here, he's looking at it. He's like, the quality games. And you know what brings up a point when you're talking about this Elden Ring stuff, it really is grinding my gears because the games that I feel that I'm playing that make me feel like that I'm like, this is the future, like this is some of the games. It's sort of like maybe the industry doesn't want this. It goes along the same lines as these clowns capping for these friggin' subscription services and going about service games and all this other stuff, and that's the future. Meanwhile, we're playing games that I feel like Horizon, even Ratchet and Clank, and unfortunately, it's all coming from Sony. Like, that's the only person that's really bringing this stuff. But meanwhile, a game like Deathloop is the game that's getting hundreds and stuff. But meanwhile, Ratchet and Clank, it's like, it's just a platformer. Like, I think those games like Horizon and Ratchet are really moving the needle forward of the capabilities of what the new technology can do. Why is that not being rewarded and being recognized as much as it should? I feel like that they only go so far without ball washing. They only wash one ball. But then all of a sudden, these other games come out like Deathloop and Elden Ring, and they're just like balls deep, like this is the game of the games. And I just feel that they go extra for some games. I'm just like, it really like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this gaming industry. I don't know what's going on with these reviewers. I don't know if there's sort of like this like kind of like Sony just dominates so much that they feel that maybe those games to be kind of scaled back, or Sony may be pompous and they feel like that Sony's like, these are quality games, and they're like, you know what? It's quality, but But meanwhile, these other games that are like flickering and shit, they're like, don't mind the man behind the curtain. This is the game of the generation. And it's just, I don't understand what the issue is. Like, Game Pass is it. Right. Meanwhile, quality games are coming out on the cadence, and they're like, $70? No way.
Jed, you just said it. It's that. I feel, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's like, this one studio or this one company or this other company is creating these fucking amazing games, and at least we got a multi-plat that we can say is better than their games, so we're gonna score better. And it's kind of that mentality. You can kind of see that in a community of people.
It's so strange.
And I'm like, don't be that guy or girl, person that's playing this game and not telling the truth. It's like Link said, don't fucking put in your review Breath of the Wild this, Breath of the Wild that, and you got motherfuckers who don't play Souls games. They're like, oh shit, Breath of the Wild, and they go out and buy it. This fucking game is the same fucking thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wish, and I'm gonna be honest, I wish that Breath of the Wild
2 comes out
was more like this.
Oh,
because this is basically when I'm playing this game, I'm like, from the very first Zelda to the Link to the Past. To Zelda 2, to Link 2, Zelda, on the NES, to Link to the Past. I kind of imagine when I was going to be a grown-up and I was going to be playing Zelda, the game I'm playing, like Elden Ring, the dark, grit, I thought that's how Link would go. And no, he hasn't basically changed other than turn into a fucking animated cartoon. And still doesn't have a voice. Making noises like that. So, in Elden Ring, basically, when I'm playing this, I'm like, I get the whole Zelda kind of feeling that this game is basically like, I'm gonna be honest with you, this game is very much like, if you think about Dungeons and Dragons, like how you would imagine in your head how Dungeons and Dragons would feel. This is a Dungeons and Dragons kind of game, that just happens to have a soul developed. But this is like a Dungeons and Dragons. This is what you imagine when you go out into an adventure in a world where they don't give you, where you're just this is a true adventure. And that's why I say I understand where these high scores are coming from, but nobody's talking about the points and the reviews. And then you're not telling from software that they have fucking frame rate issues. The people who are playing it are telling, they're like, oh, we'll get around to it because we got a 97 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is, you got to tell these guys
that update out to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, I got 2 or 3 updates, but the updates don't really tell me what they do, and I can't say the frame rate is live. My whole thing is like, a 97 is look, a 9 or higher.
You think they would have learned from Cyberpunk how they got screwed that
they
game?
Didn't. And by no
means and things like that.
Look, but Jed, by no means is this on the same level. Cyberpunk fucked up, right?
Yeah.
This is on a level of you've had enough games. You've made over 7, 8 games to know better. You guys should never. Once you guys had this run on the PS5 and it wasn't locked, you should have said, nah. You got to come out. We got to have this locked in both modes, or at least that 60 frames mode needs to be that 60 frames mode on that PS5 and that series system needs to be locked.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for S fucking players because they're getting fucking dog shit. You know.
Wait, what game we talking about?
Elden Ring.
We're still talking about Elden Ring. I feel bad.
Oh,
for
Series S or 1S?
No, Series S.
Oh, Series S is dog shit console, man.
Booster.
I feel bad for those guys who actually bought that console and playing that game there.
On this show.
Because
I don't feel bad for them because at this point, if you still buying that shit, I mean, if you're educated enough and you still buying, that's your problem.
I've seen a bunch of them return at Best Buy. I go to Best Buy every day, and I see like on the front. I've been returning headphones and stuff. I see on the front.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let's be honest with each other. You know how people say, "Oh, if this game was on this console, it would have scored higher." I do believe if Horizon Forbidden West or Horizon Zero Dawn was an Xbox game, it would have fucking got 10s. It would have been a badass.
If it was on Game Pass.
Hold on, because we've never seen anything like that on that console. You see what I'm saying? Elden Ring is something we haven't seen in the form of a Souls game. It's very different than how they usually do it. But my problem is what they've done the same is they've taken every fucking thing that people shat on Horizon 4 and said, same animations, same this, same that. Elden Ring is the same everything in the Souls sense. If you know how to backstab in the first Souls game, you know how to backstab in this one. And guess what? It sounds the same. The sound design in this game has a lot of issues. I'm going to tell you something that drops the frames really bad this game too. And I'll keep going on the frame rate tangent, but it's just bad. When it starts to rain, holy shit, you're not getting 60 shit. And you better hope the enemy doesn't come out because you're sitting at 40s. And I just don't once again get why we have all these sites that are talking about the 9s and the 9s and the 9s. And nobody said really in most of the reviews, like, yeah, this game is not going to run locked. We just want to let you know that. Don't think you're getting fucking Demon Souls or Ratchet and Clank graphics or Horizon Forbidden West or even Horizon Zero Dawn. Don't even think you're getting God of War graphics, right? From the PS4. Don't think you're getting this. No, you're going to get a game that's cleaner than maybe the last Souls game.
It made the Souls game for Souls fans, and I think that's the that's
what the reviews
why it did. It's the evolution of a Souls game.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it is. And I'm gonna get my save back and try to play some more of it. And
Jazz, this is my final note. What you said is right. On that point, it's an evolution of a Souls game. It's for Souls fans. It definitely is for that reason. It is for the people who love Souls games. It's more what they love on a bigger scale. And as far as what Souls games in that box of Souls games, yeah, it's a fucking solid game. Like for me, wanting to get back into more Souls stuff, right? It's bigger in every possible way. But I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't seen some of the same fucking stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't seen some of the same animation.
That didn't really come through in the reviews. Like I don't know.
No, that didn't affect the reviews.
I don't know. People were hyped for 2 years though. Like they were hyped for this game for 2 years. It was
this is my most anticipated game of the year. This is my game of the year.
So,
and I said, damn. I said the only thing. Dude, I said the only game that could probably. I said the only game that could probably not. Wait, go ahead.
I just think the media just needs to stop fanning. Like I really think we have so many different opinions and ways to go. Like the media should have some responsibility in being somewhat neutral, somewhat kind of informative to the reader, to the follower, and not falling into the tit for tat. The stuff is that because we got enough of that stuff from everybody else. Because everybody else has a voice all over the place on Twitter, but the media just seems to I guess because by being that way, maybe they don't get the hits and the attention by kind of being that way. And meanwhile, if they be off the cuff and kind of in it with the fans and just kind of giving strong opinions and things like that, as a media outlet, they will get more kind of like, because I always scratch my head. Like when I think about, Tassi over at, what's his name? I see him at Bloomberg or
Push Square.
This guy at Washington Post, and you think oh, okay, wow, like US, like these come, and then when you see them kind of fall into that's a one and done game, like really, Like a one and done game. That game is huge. I'm like 27 hours into Horizon. What do you mean? Like, I thought this one and done thing will be over. And I hear about Halo's back, and Halo was a friggin' like 5-hour naming fest to say Fernando, and walk around empty rooms. Like, but Halo's back though, because they showed shit, and now they have shit with perfume. It makes no sense that you take these games and you kind of be like, well, that's a one and done. Like, dude, stay the hell off of Twitter. Like, just be quiet. Because you wrote a review, and now people are going to look at your review and be like, dude, like, you're a 70 here saying that, like, I don't understand these save the world games. How many missions I'm going to do just to save the world? But then you like to get dropped into this world and not know where the hell to go and just explore it. Okay, well, that's your opinion, but that's not what everybody likes. Like, that is a very niche thing. Like, some people want some guidance to a game. They don't want to be just thrown into a world and just be walking around and getting killed with one shot and not knowing where to go. You can't just be like, that's a 10. Everybody must play. Must play.
I was gonna say if I took this game, right, Jazz? If I took Elden Ring, Jazz, and I said, hey, as far as that Souls, me as a Souls fan, what I think about it as a Souls fan, the game is absolutely probably one of their best games they've ever made. So I can understand the 10s, right? But if I look at it from just a gaming and where gaming has gone, it's absolutely a 7 because
that's what they
it does nothing.
I'm a Souls fan. I'm reviewing this game.
Different to move the needle, other than open world.
Yeah, I really think that they need to put disclaimers. Like, I'm a Souls fan. And I'm reviewing this game. Please read my review. I don't play Souls games. I'm reviewing this game. Please read my review. And just like we're going to have this. And the last question I want to leave everybody with, I want to thank everybody. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And I want to ask, like, Gran Turismo 7 comes out this week, right?
Yep.
A racing game. Mm-hmm. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah. So where do you think that's going to fall?
Sony ain't slowing down, man.
No,
Sony's not slowing down. Here's
Phil's winning awards, though. Phil won the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Did you see that? I don't know I've never played this grid racing game, but did you see the performance on the Series X?
Nah, I skipped.
Oh my God! Look, did you see that, Frogs?
No, I did not see it.
The PlayStation version, they ball drop frames, but the Xbox version is dropping down to 30 and staying at 30.
Yes.
What is going on with that console?
Dude, the Phil Spencer's winning goddamn awards. Meanwhile, the Xbox brand is melting into friggin' into shit. This guy's out there accepting awards. Goddamn Godfather.
Here's what I'm saying, I need some water because I got so souped, man. Fucking throat just dried out. This is what I'll say.
Like, seriously,
if you haven't played this, that's why I said these first two.
Well, where do you think Gran Turismo is going to find out? Where do you think that's going to fall? Enough with
Elden Ring. Would you say Gran Turismo?
Yeah.
I think Gran Turismo honestly is going to hit a 89 Metacritic, and I'm going to tell you why is because there was so much ball watching with Horizon. There was so much Horizon ball watching. It's going to sit at an 89 because of that.
So you think it's going to be lower? So the over and under. Do you think that it's going to be higher than Horizon or lower than Horizon?
No, I think it's going to be about the same as Horizon, or maybe a tad bit higher. Maybe 1 or 2 points higher.
Link,
I don't think you're going to see a 90 rating.
Ryan, just put in the chat. What do you think? Over Horizon or under Horizon?
Link, I think it's going to tie.
You think a tie?
Yeah, I think you're going to get a
Wait, what's going to happen now?
Do you think GT is going to rate higher than Horizon or lower than Horizon?
I'm going to say, a little bit higher. I think it'll be a little bit higher. I think it'll be 89, 90.
See, that's what I'm thinking, 88, 89.
Yeah. You don't think they're going to be like, it's not enough from Gran Turismo
dude, they're gonna look back. Do you know what they're gonna compare it to? They're gonna compare it to Horizon, and that's why it's not gonna score high. Because they're two different types of racing games, but they're gonna compare it to it.
Oh, you mean Forza Horizon, not Horizon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not talking about Horizon. I'm talking about Horizon Forbidden West.
I should have said
Forza.
I should have said Forza's Horizon.
Forza Horizon.
They're gonna compare.
They're not the same though.
They're not the same.
Forza
but
was
you're gonna see. I tell you what, Jazz. I will bet money on this. They're not the same game. but somehow you're going to see a review that's talking about Forza Horizon, and they're going to compare it to this. That's what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to say in the review.
Trust me. All the Xbox fans are going to pull Forza Horizon out of their fucking dust of Game Pass and start playing it and streaming it now. Watch.
There you go.
Game Night 1, 2,
You're my
3
number
goes,
one
J-Dub
customer.
shared the grid racing clip. The Series X has a frame rates fluctuating all over the damn place.
No, it's bad.
The PS5
Listen,
was a solid
So
60. I
frogs,
think
what is
That's
going on,
bad.
frogs? We need to figure out what's going on with the world's most powerful console because this is a trend.
Somebody got to get Phil. He's at the awards show. He won a lifetime achievement for bringing quality content to the Xbox fans. I don't know. He won a
They
goddamn
need a quality
award.
console because this damn console is not performing to where they're saying it was supposed to.
Go listen to RDX.
You know what
Go
it is?
listen
You know
to
what it is,
RDX and the other podcasts, man. They're talking about the next evolution of tools. They just said it.
Yeah,
They said, what tools are
Josh
coming?
just said it. Josh just said it. There's too many racing games coming out, and what they're going to do, they're going to compare Gran Turismo, Forza, because they're idiots.
Snackables.
And I agree with you. You can't compare these two games to each other. It'd be different if you compare the number series of Forza to this game, but they're going to compare it to last year's Forza Horizon series and say, oh, well, with the open world, somebody's going to say with the open world Forza Horizon, it's going to be an IGN guy. It's going to be the fucking jackass IGN guy. With the open world of Forza Horizon, I don't see how Gran Turismo could blah, blah, blah. I just felt so much more fun in playing last year's Forza. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it.
All right, I got a new show, a new thing, guys. Grinders, we're going to do a new show to wrap this up. We're going to do a new game. We're going to call it the Booster of Reviews. Who is going to win the Booster of the Reviews for this one? That is going to be the reviewing website who says the most stupidest thing.
Reviews.
And that says the most stupidest thing, and we will lead the show off next week, or maybe I'll do a grind my gears on it, of the Booster of Reviews of we're going to have somebody who's going to say some stupid ass shit, Fernando style, bootleg Joel style, that's going to be like the head scratcher. What website is going to be it? Stevia got it for Horizon. Who's going to do it for Gran Turismo? Frog was already reading the review. He says IGN.
Hey, IGN. Game and I said it.
Frog says
IGN says too many tracks, 7 out of 10.
All right. We're looking for the Booster of Reviews. Let's see. Frog says
IGN's going to do it.
Let's see. Link, do you have a website? Sam Alton says Washington Post.
Oh,
he thinks
shit.
Gene Park is going to do something. I think he's going to be so far up Elden Ring's ass. I don't think he's going to review the racing game.
No.
Maybe, Kotaku. No.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Kotaku may say some stupid shit. That might get a booster.
They always say
award.
stupid shit.
Oh, no. I don't know who's reviewing. I'm thinking, you know what? I think, you know who's due? You know who's due for the booster of the year? I think GameSpot is due.
GameSpot? I knew you were
I'm
going to say
GameSpot. Grind says GameSpot. All right. And Link, who do you say?
Who would I say what? What is this question?
Who is going to be the booster of reviews? Who's going to be
that
ass review for Gran Turismo?
US Gamer. Anyway, US Gamer or something like that.
Link says US Gamer.
Ooh.
All right. Booster. That's a good call. I like that one. So the booster.
Yeah, they probably don't give it a low score. Yeah. They tend to do something crazy.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be IGN. IGN is dog shit.
I don't know. I think GameSpot's
It
due
depends
for
on who's reviewing it with IGN, though.
Link
Definitely
says
Gary's reviewing it.
US Gamer.
Oh, definitely Gary's reviewing it. It's getting a 6.
Oh, Dustin.
Oh, yeah.
Dustin Laguerre. Yeah, you know what?
That fucking cocksucker.
All right. So we got
that
the
guy,
booster
man.
reviews.
That dude, man.
All right. We got Kotaku. We have some Jason Schreier's in here. I don't think he does reviews. Forbes. Oh,
no, Jason Schreier doesn't. No.
Plus, Ultra has a good point. It could be that Paul Tassi.
I don't even know if Jason Schreier really played games like that. He talks about a lot of games. I don't know if he
writes his fucking cookbooks. What the hell he's right?
He doesn't seem like a. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the guy because I don't know him.
He writes
but he doesn't seem like that guy who really plays games. He's more or less into just the conversation, not really playing it.
Game Night says Frost is gonna say some stupid shit. Nassim says,
"Oh
VGC.
my god, dude,
we got some good ones
TV
in here.
Still alive? I don't watch them.
It will be the Aussie guy from IGN who does Forza games. Oh shit, Josh.
You know what? I'm gonna say
He's
something.
Going to the Frogs camp.
It might be a little controversial, but I heard Hard8 say this, and I heard him say it.
Game
on
Informer.
well, not say it, but he said on Twitter. I totally think that there needs to be an outlet, and maybe a Twitter space or some space that people who are actually realistically, and I know we have these outlets that are actually playing these games. We can go on there and look at the people who are like, say for instance, a Halo game comes out, right? Then you can log into your Xbox account, you can link your with the site, and people are actually, because one thing I will say I do like about Xbox is people can go in there and review the games, but the only way you can review the games is if you buy it, right? Which, if you're buying a game just to get a low score, you're dog shit yourself, and you got psychological issues, and give me the money, right? But what I'll say is, I would like PlayStation's console to have an ability on there where if you buy the game, instead of just giving a thumbs up, you can actually write a small, Twitter size kind of like statement about it and give it like 1 to 5 stars.
That's a good idea. But you've seen that they've reviewed bomb the shit out of Microsoft Store games.
Well, but see, there again,
Nasim says,
but there again, if you don't buy the game, you can't say anything about it. That's what I feel. If you don't buy the game, you can't say anything about it. I think we need to have a process, and I do agree with Heartache. There needs to be a process to where you can hold these people accountable and say you didn't even fucking buy the game, and you didn't play the game. So how can you talk about it? I think there needs to be something that.
You know what qualifies a booster of the review scores, and I'm going to put the line right here.
Ready? Wait, Jess. I know what qualifies as a booster of review scores. You know what qualifies as a booster of review scores? Shadow Warrior fucking 3.
Oh, did you see that trash? 5-hour game. 5-hour game.
I fucking told you, Kids Move. But no, you want to fucking, this is great.
5 hours.
This is a Game Pass fucking fire game. Nobody wants.
What's 5 hours?
Shit.
Wait.
Shadow Warrior 3.
I missed something. I went to the bathroom.
Shadow Warrior 3. Get smooth.
What about it?
The game is it's a fucking Game Pass really game. It's always been that. It's never been.
And they going to PlayStation. And they going to PlayStation now.
Yeah, the PS4 version. You keep that. That's exactly where it belongs. Exactly.
He's trying to use that as an example because it's day and date.
Yes.
But it's not even. No, you could take a game like now if they put something like Horizon or GT7 in there.
5 hours. The fuck out of here.
You know what I said, Kids Move? I told Kids Move. Everything that comes to fucking service, there's multi dog shit coming to service. That's why Halo Infinite is fucked up. Don't get me started. Fucking fanboying. Instead of fucking worrying about the games, you're fucking fanboying. You can tell what's dog shit. You can look and tell when something's dog shit and it's coming to service. You're like, yo, that's coming to service because it's fucking dog shit. Nobody's gonna buy it. But yet instead, you want a fucking fanboy for cocksucking Xbox and Game Pass. What the fuck is your problem? That's what's wrong with gaming. You got too many people fucking fanboying and not want to play the games. You're worried about whether it comes to a service day and date, and I'm telling you that most of the games that come to a service day and date is fucking dog shit. Look at the fucking reviews for it.
I know. And they said it's a 5-hour game. It's just 5 hours.
Oh, man.
We're trying to sell it for $40.
Cocksucker, man, but you just do it to yourself.
It's $40 or something like that? Like it's $30?
Yeah, my whole thing again
it's going right where it belongs.
My whole thing again is the people who are jumping up and down for fucking services for games like this. If this is the games you want,
I don't want that shit.
Then you can fucking keep the service. You can keep your Game Pass.
Yeah.
I don't want shit like this.
Exactly.
I want better.
I don't want a 5-hour Shadow
You got
Warrior
people jumping
3.
up and down for cocksucking services.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to tell you, the booster of the reviews is going to be the one who says, basically, when they leave their review, I don't like racing games. And then they're going to proceed with their review. And that's going to be that's going to be a candidate for a booster of reviews, a head scratcher, a stupid website that doesn't know how to review games and just put somebody on it going like, hey, I'm playing Elden Ring. Have Timmy over there review it. He goes, he don't like racing games. Let him do Gran Turismo.
Hey, Josh, I tell you what, if Game Pass is the future, then in some years, man, we're gonna get dog shit for gaming. I'm telling you, if Game Pass is the future, the game industry will crash again.
But that's what I mean. Like, Frog, you say, like, celebrate Game Pass and people talking about Shadow Warrior showing up in a service, but a quality game, Horizon's right there, and they're like, oh, look at the plant, there's a glitch. Like, really? Really?
Dude, do you remember when Ratchet and Clank came out
Oh, and
last
the
year.
guy was touching the trees. Oh, walking
Dude,
through
and the guy's flying the
bushes.
dragon around. He's like, look at the trees not moving.
Oh my god!
And guess what? I'm playing Elden
Trees
Ring.
not moving. He got a whole game of fucking trees not moving with Halo Infinite.
Oh my god, dude!
Whole fucking game of trees.
You're
Pipe
walking
cleaning
around.
trees. Stick them in the ass.
You're walking around Elden Ring, and the grass is clipping through your body. Oh, but you're worried about one fucking tree not moving. See what I'm saying? We get so stupid. Why aren't people fucking having problems? Talk about the games, not the fucking consoles. People want to shit on a game like The Last of Us 2 or whatever because it's on the PlayStation system. I'm not shitting on Halo because it's on Xbox. I'm shitting on Halo because Halo Infinite is a fucking shell of what Halo used to be.
Yep.
That's why I'm shitting on Halo. There's a difference. I'm not shitting on the Xbox. The fact that I sat there and played through the fucking game and I liked what I was playing, I was engaged in what I was playing, says I like the fucking franchise, but I want better from it. That's the problem with these cocksuckers on Xbox. And there's some cocksuckers on Sony's side too, but these cocksucking Xbox guys, I don't know what their problem is. They're all fucking, if it's not coming to Game Pass, I'm not King David buying it. What the fuck is your problem? You got money to buy $600 statues, but you can't buy fucking games, King David? Fuck out of here.
Frog is grinding those gears tonight. Yes.
Fuck out of here.
Game night 1, 2, 3. He goes,
man.
I don't like racing games. I don't understand why you have to clean and change your tires and oil in this game. It looks nice though. 6 out of 10. Exactly. Those are exactly what the hell they were gonna do. Those are the reviews.
You're my number one customer.
Those are the criteria.
I don't get these guys.
The
man.
criteria is
I
right
don't
there
get
for
these
the
fucking
booster
guys.
of the reviewers that we're gonna see. So stay tuned this week. Thank you, Game
Hey,
Night.
Jazz.
And we are going to wrap this up. We're at the 3-hour
Hey,
mark.
Jazz.
So yeah.
Yes, yeah. We're gonna wrap it up, Jazz, but I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. What I'm gonna say, Jazz, is this: be careful what podcasts you watch and listen to these guys talk about. I hope it comes to Game Pass and shit like that. Because if you stand for fucking that, you'll stand for anything. You'll stand for anything. You'll fucking you won't buy shit, and the game industry is going to crash. It will.
Yeah, I just
Because
think the thing
people-
that
you
as
can't
I said
have
before,
that mentality.
Game Pass, the subscription stuff, like it's a good alternative to gaming. Just like VR is another way of getting new games and stuff. But like when you just put everything in that service and kind of try to make everything work for that service, there's gonna be compromises, whether they're good or bad. So far, they've been bad, and that's the stuff that I don't want. And I said this stuff years ago about this is what's this service, everything going in there is going to turn it into. And look at Halo.
Yep,
it's right
it
there.
is.
And then you look at Horizon and you look at Ratchet and you look at Gran Turismo and you're like, why can't Xbox have big tentpole games like that in addition to offering a subscription? Why does everything have to be in the subscription? And that's always been my problem with it. It's not that these services exist. I just don't want them to be the only way to get games. And you know what? People go, oh, well, streaming movies and streaming this. You want to know what? Guess what? As soon as the movie theaters opened up, guess what happened? Did they say shut them down? No. They went right back to the movie theaters. You want to know why? Because that's where they make their most money, on the movies. This is in the theater. You're coming, yeah, you could stream Netflix and all those other services, but guess what? Your bitch asses are coming right back to that theater and pay $15 a seat because that's how we get our money. And that's where this experience of this movie is meant to be seen. And they went right back to the movie theaters. That doesn't mean that that's the only way to get your movies is through Netflix. No, they went back to the movie theaters because there are movies that you want to see in that kind of environment. You want the quality, like that quality experience. So when people ask for quality and ask for better, that shouldn't be seen as bad. That should be what everybody's asking for. And when you see compromises being made because your favorite company is buying the gaming industry to force it, because it's not naturally happening. Developers are not knocking on Phil's door saying, let me put my gaming Game Pass, my big AAA gaming Game Pass. Phil is going to studios and publishers that are struggling, that are desperate. That's who he's putting in his service. And that's the way it works.
The Witch Queen just came out, and the Witch Queen is fucking amazing. It's really fucking good. I got to give it to Bungie. This game, the Witch Queen DLC is fucking crazy. Just that first story, I thought I was playing through a raid. It's fucking ridiculous. But yet instead, and it's a service game, and I honestly do believe, and I think I told Eric, hey, shout out to Eric Cuts for the win. I told Eric Cuts this. I said, looking at Elden Ring and the state it is now and how is it, don't be surprised if it becomes a service game, but just add pieces to the map. They keep adding to the map, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. But there again, when you have a game on a system and you can see that it's getting better and better and better and better and better from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, right? And did all the DLC, they gotten better telling stories, they gotten better with the weapons. But then you get a game, a company like some software that gets these high praises, or you get somebody like from Gorilla and they do the second game of the series and they get shitted on in some instances. You got to kind of start looking and say, is there a rhyme or reason that people are going after a particular company? And it has to be yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I think these reviewers are reviewing some of the PlayStation games they're reviewing. Shit, they're giving. I mean, like I said, Pokemon. I don't know, man. Hey, shout out to Blandrew. I ain't got no beef with you, Blandrew, but I heard you on the other day on the podcast talking about the reason that Switch is your primary console. I kind of think you got some problems, but as far as gaming go, because I don't see how that can be a primary console. You just be happy with it. You're a grown fucking man. Like, really? But man, I just don't get some people, man, in this industry, man. And I'm happy that
we need to these. I think they're like, people are gonna be fans for what they're fans of, and that's the thing. Like, everybody that is on these shows on YouTube and stuff, like, everybody's a fans of fans. I think though that the media and the gaming industry needs to be more filtered. I think that they are trying to step into this because they think that this is where where the hot podcasts and all this other stuff is going on, and they're trying to capture some of that stuff. But I think the problem is that they're losing their integrity, and they should represent the reviewers. And also, too, I think that they lost a lot of the access that used to be exclusive to them by getting people on, other people get people on shows, get some inside stuff. And that's why they take things like a Jeff Grubb interview or something like that, and they just run around the internet with it because they don't need to have that insider thing. They could just basically listen to a show and then just write an article about it and get the hits off of somebody else's stuff. And that's been kind of the way the industry's been going. Like, you get an interviewer or something like that, and basically you could just go build your website off of just grabbing stuff off of people's podcasts from interviews and stuff. And nobody checks. They just put the word rumor. Nobody kind of verifies anything. Nobody puts their opinion. Nobody even puts their opinion on it. They just kind of just report saying it's like fact or rumor. And they don't even they don't even source the situation. They go, per Venture Beat, Jeff Grubb, and the guy didn't write an article. He just said it on an interview. And I don't know. It's just really weird how the industry is right now in the fact of just spreading news. It's almost like TMZ. It's kind of sad. It's like TMZ. That's basically what it turned into.
Yeah, it's sad.
It turned into TMZ. It turned into the guy drinking his drink and saying, well, what hot news takes we got this week? Oh, let's get something. Yellow Chair Crew. But anyway, it's been a late night. I want to thank everybody. Yes, Flyer Frog got to grind some gears tonight. Give him his stage. Did I? And yes, he did. So, Frog, tell them where they can find you to your channel where you can grind some more gears.
Man, you can catch me every morning, Monday through Friday, probably between the hours of 10 and 12 with the convo. I do a little conversation, and that's what I call it. This is the convo. I've been doing it for like 2 weeks straight now. You can catch me there every morning. I post it out. Usually I'm playing Destiny. Maybe I'll switch it up and I'll play some Elden Ring. Because like I said, if you're a Souls fan, go play it. Or maybe I'll play. I have a lot of games to play. Maybe I'll play some Horizon. But yeah, every morning. Yeah, and so on Twitter you can catch me at Frog's Dreams. YouTube, Frog's Dreams. I'll send the link out in the morning. Just go ahead and follow me. And now I'm trying to get up to 500. Right now I'm sitting at like 425. It's not about the money. I just want to have conversations with like-minded people, or even people who may not like what I say. I just want to have a conversation. I think it's really interesting to have conversations.
Oh, Fry, I looked up the convo and it's coming up as DMX. You gotta give it the link in here.
Oh shit!
Special guest
no,
DMX you
hold
got
on.
on
So
there.
let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. So I do a show called The Convo. Hashtag The Convo every morning, between the hours of 10 and 12. But no, definitely not DMX. So my channel is Frog Dreams, FROG' Dream. It's all capitalized. You can check me out there, and like I said, every morning, between the hours of like 10, maybe sometimes earlier, and noon, I do something called the Convo. Just have conversations about 3 topics that I want to have. I think I want to have a conversation again. I tried to do one the other day. Usually, what I do is I try to have like 2 gaming conversations and then just a random conversation. I want to do a conversation about my EDC, my everyday carry weapon, and what I carry with my watch, my weapon, my knife, my pens. I think that's
People
pretty.
say you lost. Who are you? Says you lose them in the morning. Yeah,
Sometimes I lose.
Too.
Yeah, because sometimes I go on a rant. Yeah, you got to stop me if I'm ranting. You got to be like, hey, guy, what are you talking about? You got to sometimes stop me.
Well, Frog, thank you again for coming on. Link, tell me where they can find you on the Twitters.
All right, man. I don't care about none of that.
He don't care.
Right. Not for real.
You know,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it, baby.
I'm not out here trying to get no followers. I don't really tweet a whole lot. You know what I mean?
You just observe.
I go in there.
That's all I want.
Yeah, I go in there and read stuff. I might comment, this and that. You may find me on this show every now and then. But of course, as always, this was a great show. Appreciate the opportunity to come on here and share my few little opinions.
No problem.
And
Anytime.
I'll be on again, hopefully.
Yep, no problem. Anytime. Well, I want to thank everybody with the 3-hour mark. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the VIP Grinders. And we are out for another day. I want to thank everybody. A great show, great topics. We had some grinding of gears. I saved my voice a little bit, even though I'm still coughing. My goodness. But stay tuned to this channel. I'm gonna have some more grind gaming bites this week, and hopefully there's no crazy stuff going on the internet because I need
my wife is in the other room texting me, "You're too loud."
Oh man, there you go. That's when you know it's a good show, when you get yelled at that you're too loud.
But then but after that she goes, "I know you're passionate, but you're still too loud."
Well, I want to thank everybody. We are heading out. Hit that like button on the way out, and don't trip over each other leaving the Grindhouse, the gaming Grindhouse this evening. And thank you for all your support. Appreciate it. And stay tuned for more wonderful gaming content and rants and grinding of gears. We are out. Where is my goodbye? There it is.